welcome back to the last lap. For the last time in 2023, the last race of the 2023 Formula One season, joined by my first and last Niran. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. How are you doing?
Good. I'm right. I'm feeling this Abu Dhabi Grand Prix.
Do you feel
this weekend.
fresh? Do you feel ready to go?
I feel fresh and ready, and I certainly feel fresher and readier than our first guest today, Matt Amos, back on the last lap once again.
Morning.
How was your Saturday night, pal?
Morning.
Yeah, celebrated Thanksgiving. Not American, but my friends are. So yeah, I'm here. That's the main thing. That's the main
here.
thing, everybody.
You're certainly a lot readier than our second guest.
Yeah, who's I think he's outside right now, actually.
Right, okay, nice.
So we had
nice.
to wait to start the show so that when the fourth and final member of this panel comes in, we can shame them.
I have
So,
stitched them up though, so I've heightened this as much as I can. I'm tightening it really hard, so when he gets in, obviously our house is quite small anyway. So it'll be quite fun. You'll see that happen, and we just won't mention it.
Exactly. But it's a pleasure to be back on your screens once again on YouTube if you are joining us. Thank you for coming along for the final race of the year. What do we think? What do we think, boys? Abu Dhabi. Yesterday, qualifying was pretty decent. There's a few little storylines knocking about as well. Ferrari, Mercedes, the battle for 7th as well. Yuki Tsunoda cooking in qualifying.
Yeah, best result, wasn't it?
Yuki.
Absolutely. Yuki Coin. He's
should put him on my
good
top 5.
right now.
Yeah.
You should have. But let's first of all say Lando Norris. Did he have a shot at pole position, do we think, yesterday? Because he seems to think he did.
Shot, absolutely, but he was, like a tenth and a half off already by the time he started
by
Tokyo
second
Drift
one, I think it was. Yeah.
I really hope someone's done the Tokyo Drift music to it, because it was a very style point, sensational.
Yeah.
Up there.
Herculean
well up
snap
there.
that was.
Yeah,
But a big catch as well.
Yeah, especially on that one particular circuit where that's one of last year's where they remodeled that corner as well. So it's got some more inside banking basically. So it's kind of like not going. It's opposite Zandvoort kind of thing. So even on that bit, it's quite easy to lose the rear anyway. So the fact he was able to catch it and like style it out quite well, it was really, really good. But yeah,
only just behind Oscar as well.
Exactly that. Yeah, I think that's probably going to be the real hitting point for him. That obviously Oscar he technically got the first sprint win over Lando, whereas with this one, he's just been out qualified. However, there is plenty of places to overtake here, and obviously with the track modifications they did last year, I think we're in for a good one. I mean, last year's race it wasn't actually too bad, and then obviously what they've changed with the corners has made the flowing a lot better, and also we've got to remember that them in a straight line is actually pretty decent. So looking forward to it.
I think as well, you had George ended up sandwiching himself in between the two McLarens, and it was probably his dirty air that definitely affected Lando somewhat when you're on the absolute cusp, which obviously Lando was going into the final set to going for pole position at Abu Dhabi. It's those fine margins. But Lando did say, it's oh look, Claire's on the telly, friend of the channel, Claire Cottenham, big up. He said that I think these mistakes, we've seen them a few times now. Lando's kind of been the first to acknowledge that.
Yeah.
I think this often happens, when you've got an established driver at the front. Max is making very few mistakes. He's a very experienced driver now. He's got more experience than Lando, more experience fighting at the front as well. And I think, these mistakes are going to creep in for your likes of Lando and Charles, and we're seeing that more often. But I think that is the one thing, the one maybe chink in Lando's armour, I'd say.
I would also say, though, that like the McLaren, if we looked at it where it was last year to the fact of where it's performing now, it's like sort of night and day, where they were like not doing very well last year, whereas now, like, Lando's been not consistently, but has been getting regular podiums, and I think it's because that car, you really need to drive it on its edge to really get the most out of it. So yeah, I think there's a few mistakes going to crop in here or there, but also that's the reason why Lando is far ahead above Oscar in the standings, and also. Like here today, he's been out qualified but like most of the time, actually Lando's been performing really well throughout the whole season. So
very serious opportunity at fourth in the championship as well for Lando, with Sainz towards the back,
Possibly.
with Lewis struggling as well.
I don't know how much that means to him. I'm sure from an individual point of view, the higher you finish, the better.
It would be his highest ever.
Certainly. Yeah,
But obviously, no one's going into a season going like fourth. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy, especially to think where the McLaren was at the start of the season.
And it's even crazier that a certain Mr. Alda.
The main man.
What is this? This was supposed to be seamless, as if I turned up on time.
Yeah, we
delayed
actually
the
photoshopped you in for the first part of the
You
stream.
didn't.
Don't worry.
I'm gonna have to lift this seat.
I like the upside down Margiela logo on your hoodie, by the way, mate. It's, let's give Aldas some shame in the chat. Shame. Aldas, thank you for
Look
coming,
at that!
mate.
Did you see that? That's brilliant.
He's back to his
Definitely
level.
not set up.
Aldas, thank you for coming, mate.
Eventually.
What did you make it? We were just talking about Lando yesterday. Do you think he bottled pole, or do you think it was never on?
Yes, that is the definition of a bottle because.
Woo, straight in. I love
Straight
it.
in.
I love it.
He's
Back
only
to
just sat
50.
down.
Bosh.
Do you know what? No, because
To be fair, these two are employed by Lando. Let's just,
Yeah,
let's
exactly.
just put this out there.
Hashtag not biased.
No bias here.
We might be
Yeah,
hungover, but we know what we're saying.
No, hang on a minute, because 2 weeks ago when it was his birthday, happy birthday, boss on Instagram or something. I saw that.
True.
No.
Okay.
Throughout qualifying, they kept talking about how he was doing runs on used tyres. He was looking really good, 2/10 behind Max, and I thought, right, here we go. When he does put on the fresh tyres, I don't know why he kept running on used tyres, but I was like, right, here we go. This is going to be potentially pole position. He put on the fresh softs, and you know. That is a bottle eventually. But look, the McLaren still has amazing pace. So I suspect they're going to be fighting for the podium. I think Charles Leclerc in that Ferrari is going to struggle to hang on to it.
Well, because Charles was a driver who's cultivated a bit of a bottle esque kind of CV, but actually in qualifying, he typically does. I mean,
That's crazy.
How many times has he been in the front row now? Like, is that fourth in a row, front row for Charles Leclerc or something? He's like this
I know
year.
it's 5 pole positions. Five pole positions this year.
His
and
front
he's
row
still no
rate
wins.
has been phenomenal in a Ferrari that again is super tricky, and like we don't really know where Will.i.am's
Will I
there
am.
again.
This is the formula.
I was just about to say we were just missing a really. I can't hear anything on the Martin Brundle's grid walk, but he just got blocked by someone. So I feel like that's going to be clipped up because he was having a back and forth with the security.
No,
officer. And now he's
standard.
been allowed through, so we're looking good.
When he
By the
spoke to
way,
Will I am and Thor.
Can I just
they
say,
take those.
this is the formula. I kind of like it. Low-key banger.
Low-key banger.
But also, your
no.
favourite beer is Corona, so
Yeah,
Is the-
this is not a trustable source, everyone.
Another thing I want to talk about, a couple of last times we'll see this weekend. French toast, Franz Tost.
French toast.
Team principal of AlphaTauri, been
Franz
there
Tost.
for the longest time. And also Alfa Romeo, the last race as title sponsor of Sauber. Potentially, there were rumours earlier in the year that they might move to Haas for next year, although that's kind of quietened down. So
I'm
maybe
actually
not.
gonna, you know what, I'm going to miss Alfa Romeo, the sponsor, because I think when they started their liveries, it's from the livery point of view, in 2018, it's just got better and better. And like last year, I love their livery. I love that red. I think I'm really going to miss that because I've never been the biggest fan of Sauber liveries, the blues and the greys. It's been a bit, it wasn't my favourite. So I'm going to miss their liveries more than anything else.
I think we should take a moment, like a second of silence for every second we've thought about Alfa Romeo this season. Yeah.
cool, nice one.
Second over.
Anyway,
Right. Yeah. So there we go. Yeah. That's pretty much that.
you know
really,
what?
to be honest.
That's so sad because this is like this brand. Like Alfa Romeo won the first F1. Like, was it?
Yes.
Was it Ascari the first year or no?
Farina, isn't it?
Farina.
Giuseppe
Farina. That's the one.
Like-
In an Alfa Romeo.
Giuseppe.
Alfa Romeo were the ones.
Yeah,
In the early days.
because they were the test bed for the first few races before Ferrari came in. Because even Ferrari didn't take part in the first race.
So actually, the original Tifosi,
Yes.
they should actually be supporting Alfa Romeo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frauds, a lot of them.
Yeah, it's just
That's
you
how I
know.
know Charles is a real one. Started at Alpha,
Yeah.
made his way to Ferrari.
True.
He did it the right way, you know?
Yeah, but now it's just a name associated with Formula One in a very mid sense. And if they move to Haas, it's certainly not going to be going forward. I don't think.
It's going to continue.
One thing I will say, they probably have the nicest setting for for their headquarters in Switzerland. It's unbelievable. It's like you see the Alps everywhere, and it's like the most stereotypical like Swiss Alps sort of place you could think of where. Like, because I was lucky enough to go to the factory there, and it's just like it's just unbelievable. Like, it puts Brackley to shame.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Because Brackley is just like an industrial estate. Like, you go to Haas.
That's the
it's
thing.
like-
That's the thing. It means maybe because it's in industrial state, it just means everyone's focusing so much on it. So that's why they get good performances.
That's
whereas
the
like,
Maybe that's why they're
Yeah.
mid, because everyone's distracted by the views.
Yeah,
They're looking at the
great
Alps too much.
great coffee, everything. It's just unbelievable.
So have you developed the car? Huh?
Sorry.
What did you say?
Look at those snow in the mountains.
It's snowing again, lads. Come over.
I'm just on IG trying to take a good picture. Forget about that.
Of course you are. Always. Yeah, no, I think, and I want to see more factories like that. I hope that, I hope that with the potential for 12 teams on the grid, that they don't just all base themselves in the UK. There's
And
far too much
another
British
thing that
bias.
we're not going to be seeing next year, no more rookies. We're sort of talking about this earlier.
shout,
We're going to have no more rookies on the grid, and we're trying to figure out earlier. You might
Wait,
need
wait, we don't know yet. Has Sargent been confirmed?
well,
Yeah, Logan Sargent's identifying as one.
as of right now,
yeah.
but we're,
Yeah.
we're talking about it earlier. We're trying to figure out, when was the last year or season when we didn't have any
Rookie-less.
rookie-less.
I got back to 2006 in my mind and realised it was going to be a long time before that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
If someone in the comments wants to have a quick little,
I'm trying to
Google
think
search.
who was a rookie in 2014.
I reckon it was K-Mag, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was it 2013 or 14?
No, 14, because he came in with McLaren and got a podium in his first race.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, and that was when McLaren went to shit.
Yeah. Oh dear. And
But-
he peaked in his first race.
He peaked.
came in.
That is actually
Bless him.
crazy.
Yeah.
That his
know.
best result ever was in his first ever race. Mad thing.
Yeah. And I mean, look again. You look at numerous. Well, you look at both the Haas drivers actually. Some of Nico's most impressive performances were right at the start of his F1 career. It
Yeah.
just goes to show
That
how
way it's more
different it could be.
equal playing field, I guess, isn't it?
But actually, good point bringing up the rookies because if anyone watched the F2 race earlier, banger, absolute banger. Teo Porsche, F2 champion. Congratulations to him.
Fun fact. So I was in the car and I was like, right, well, I've got nothing to do, so I'll put the audio on for the F2 final. And the only thing I heard was, Vesti crosses the line, but Porsche wins the championship. So I missed everything, but I know that
Media
But you
Porsche
know the
won.
results.
I heard his
are
radio
sick.
though. He was like
Yeah,
crying,
yeah.
like so emotional.
Aw.
And he is a talent, but I think he should have won it last year. I think he's, third year is a bit of a.
Well, he's
Yeah,
consistently
he's
been
still
up there.
he's still like year 12 though. So we've
Yeah,
got
he's
we've got
20 years old.
He's still
Yeah.
only 20.
Mental.
Yeah, I think that you look at his, in F3, he was up there with Piastri and Sargent as well, right at the end. The other two were in F1. You could argue he was,
And he was only
at
like
the time-
17 at that
Yeah,
point.
yeah, exactly. Like at that time, you felt like he was the one who would really come through and stake a claim in F1. But yeah, I think shout out Vesti as well, though. Vesti won the sprint yesterday. From
So what happened in the race? Give me a rundown because
I
I
didn't watch it.
basically, Vesti started on the mediums. Doohan just took off and won. Doohan, great drive from him. Ridiculous second half of the season.
He
Jack.
did one.
didn't. I rate it, Matt.
Appalling.
Hungover.
That's a hungover, man.
Get this man a Jaeger bomb.
That's cool.
And
I'm gonna do one now. Then.
Vesti pitted onto the softs at the end and came through the field and got Maloney right at the end, but they actually touched, so Maloney
I saw
spun
that.
out.
Yeah, they were doing some
No,
kind of
Zane.
replay of them
Yeah.
spinning,
My
or
boy.
Maloney spinning.
Yeah, Maloney kind of lost it a bit on the inside, that long left-hander. But F2, man, F2 is such
I
it's
need-
so
F2
annoying that they
always
get
delivers.
such a massive break between
Yeah.
the
So random,
final
isn't it?
two
I
rounds.
legitimately forgot they existed.
Yeah.
It's because
Like,
of the
up until-
testing. They were saying it's because of they do the postseason testing at Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
So for the teams, it makes sense. But then just
I need
restructure
to,
the calendar.
Yeah, I need to get into F2 next year, and I need to properly divulge time into it because I need to have a proper calendar and.
Oh, I thought you meant drive. I was like, fair play.
Yeah, facts, man.
I'm trying to get that Matt Amos money.
Imagine just rocking up. Right, I got 3 mil. Give me a
Yeah. But yeah, no,
I've done
it's-
Kenny
Be given
no
the
problem.
Brona.
It's just 'cause it's so inconvenient.
I thought he was supposed to be
Times
injured.
and stuff. So
So
you can still
You're
walk.
recovering, mate.
You can still walk. And
you can still walk. You're
meant to be at home.
be resting.
That's why Man City drew.
There you go.
Yeah,
His
facts,
fault.
man.
But yeah, Vesti's put himself. Certainly, I mean, James Vowles hasn't made a decision on side.
Yeah, is he in the shop? He's in the shop window.
Look.
He's in the
what I would
basket
say.
on Amazon.
Yesterday was a shocker, by the way.
It was a shocker.
That was terrible. Like 2 laps
Twice.
deleted.
Yeah.
And he had.
And it was
that-
turn
wasn't it
one as
frustrating?
well. It was turn one,
Yeah,
actually.
he was.
Yeah.
He
quick.
had the pace. He had the pace. He did like a purple. I mean, he did a purple
He
set.
was like
because-
6th at one point.
Yeah, but that was a purple set to 1 on that final lap. Yes, I know but he wasn't gaining crazy amount. He just kind of
Again, like, yeah.
there's a couple centimeters. It's fine margins, but at the end of the day, he went purple set to 1. But I mean, he had that Saudi Arabia as well. That's what I think Williams have got to hold on to. They know if they can iron out those creases, I think he can be a competent F1 driver, way more so than we ever saw from he's not a Latifi. Let's put that to bed straight away. But the thing is, I think what George Russell showed is Williams, if they take on a Mercedes Junior, but they're really good, then they can get incredible value because this could cost them. Like if AlphaTauri, Yuki Tsunoda, right? Yuki's qualified P6. If they take P7 off of Williams, that decision.
Big.
Like, to go with Sargent is costing them money. Now, do they justify that in the long term? Perhaps, right? Because I think Sargent's got those raw elements.
If we don't get it, you're out.
I think no. I mean,
Facts. It's all his career
millions
relies
as well.
on Yuki Tsunoda.
Yeah.
And also, I think AlphaTauri, like whatever you want to say about their driver swaps, like Ricardo coming in, Lawson as well, like they've done their job. Like they've really. When Ricardo joined, they were last or somewhere near last in the constructors,
They were still last, yeah.
which is crazy. And so they've done what they can. Again, hopefully they can get seventh. But if Williams lose out, then you've got to kind of look at Sargent and say, we lost out in the championship because of one of our drivers.
And also, Yuki's head-to-head beaten 3 teammates in one season.
He's the GOAT.
4-3 to
When
Ricardo.
was the last time that happened? When was
Yeah.
the last time someone did that? Yuki the GOAT, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yuki Tsunoda.
But yeah. Quick word on Franz Tost as well. Iconic team principal. Had many a young Red Bull driver come through the ranks of that team. Be that Seb, be that Max, be that Carlos, be that Pierre, be that Toro Rosso team.
Suari.
Sorry, back.
Your boy.
Legends.
Check out the video.
Legends.
Greatest.
Yeah, check out the DJ. And you know what? Like, is end of an era, but what? Laurent Mekies coming into that team for next
I
year
didn't
as
see
well.
that coming.
Yeah.
That kind of came. I know these hires always kind of come out of nothing because like no one ever saw Vowles going to Williams, but that was a really strange one from Ferrari to AlphaTauri. But yeah, I
the
mean,
line
it's-
Racing Balls.
oh my god, terrible.
What do we think of the name Racing Balls?
I don't mind it.
I think it's right.
I don't mind it.
I
at all.
said on Twitter, just call it beta balls. Done.
Beta Bulls.
Beta balls, yeah.
It sounds like
Yeah.
some like frat house.
Yeah,
Like,
it's the Beta Bulls.
beta balls.
I like Racing Bulls, but I know for a fact that Crofty's going to get that mixed up every single time he has to say it between Racing Bulls and Red Bull. Red Bull Racing and Racing Bulls Racing.
Yeah.
So my understanding, the reason they've done it like that is so that they can have a title sponsor on the front and the end. Because Aston Martin have 2 title sponsors. Well, I think Cognizant won't be title sponsor. next
Aramco
year.
and
won't
Cognizant,
be,
yeah.
but
It's like
Aramco will still
Aramco, Aston Martin, Cognizant, Formula One
Yes.
team.
So it will be.
Cognizant's going.
I think Cash App and Visa have been heavily rumored.
Cash App Racing Visa Bulls.
Cash App Racing. Oh, I actually did
Cash
that.
App Racing Balls
Cash App
Visa.
Racing Visa.
Visa
Bulls,
Racing
MasterCard.
Balls Cash App. Yeah, that all sounds terrible.
It just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
It'll be some new NFT.
No, sorry,
Hugo
that's
Racing
brown
Boss
stuff.
Bull.
That's
Yeah.
brown bread, mate.
My
I'm
favourite-
gone.
Do you see that? Obviously, that Binance, obviously, where the guy who owns it went bankrupt, and everyone in the
Yeah.
comments of like Formula 1 was like, "Didn't Pierre do like some kind of NFT thing with them? What's happening with that?"
Well, he's just done a helmet for this race. It's a special like fan helmet, but it's with Binance as well. So another one has bitten the dust.
Boo, boo.
That's why didn't Binance like the CEO? Isn't he like potentially going to prison and stuff as well?
I mean, yeah, he'll join Sam Bankman-Fried in there,
We-
Mr. FX. But there you go. That's what happens when you play with sponsors that are questionable.
Naughty.
Which is not the first time
Naughty.
F1's done this. It's not the first time at the rodeo.
Yeah.
They rolled T- or Rich Energy.
I'm going to be
or-
1,000,000% honest. I think there should be no rules and regulations on sponsorship in Formula One.
Do you reckon?
I think just fuck the feds.
Yeah.
Just go with whatever.
OnlyFans,
OnlyFans.
Racing Balls.
Yeah.
There was a
Imagine
car.
OnlyFans Racing Bulls Racing.
No. There was a car in GT,
There is.
GT3 that had OnlyFans was a sponsor.
I think
It was
they
like a
still-
McLaren.
I think they still do. Yeah.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, I honestly, if
mean,
you
at least
just
we know it's a
don't
legit
regulate it
company.
at all, we're just going to get some great sponsorship. So
Screw it, just open it up to the public. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
do it like a trading stocks. I don't know how stocks work, but like, so, yeah,
let's have a poll.
yeah.
on who
Just
should-
put some money towards it and get some investment from it. Yeah, why not?
Easy.
Make F1 great again. Absolutely. So what are we thinking this race? Obviously, Max put it on pole.
Yeah.
It's looking pretty good for him, but the battles behind are the more interesting ones, really. Ferrari, Mercedes, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
They've kind of split because, Hamilton and Sainz both went out in the early queues.
Yeah.
Russell and Leclerc probably overperformed.
Yeah.
What do we think? 4 points between them. How's this going to play out?
But also, Perez wasn't actually too far off from Max's time before his lap time got deleted. So obviously he's now starting P7 as well.
Is he P9, I think, Perez.
He's P9, yeah. So I feel we'll see some moves from him, considering like he wasn't that too far off from Verstappen yesterday. He's still P2 before he got his.
Yeah, his race pace should be decent.
Where's Sainz starting from?
So Sainz is P16.
Pick 16.
Hamilton
Yeah.
P11.
Yeah.
And then Russell 4, Leclerc 2.
Yeah, I was really confused about the whole like Sainz thing yesterday because I know he was claiming about dirty air and everything like that. It's like, no, mate, you just weren't that quick enough. Like it's just a bit truth be told. Like,
Bad week for a minute.
Yeah,
Binned it in practice, then obviously
that won't
Vegas
have
as
helped.
well.
Missed FP1 as well with Schwartzman
yeah.
in his
I
car.
feel like Leclerc can keep it where it is today. I'm not too sure about the McLarens. I feel like they will probably drop back a little bit. I feel like the very beginning. Like obviously we can go into the predictions as well, but I do think it's going to be like Max and Leclerc P1, P2. I don't think it's going to be much of a fight.
Will that be enough for Ferrari to get second in the constructors? That's the big one.
It's all on Sainz then, really, isn't it? See how far he can charge up. But yeah,
Because I think Russell will have good race pace. Typically, the Mercedes have had better race pace than quality pace.
Yeah, for sure. That's been a constant. Not just this year, but the past 2 years. The Mercedes has just not been a good quali car in general. I mean, we've seen Russell. Was it last year where he went out in Hungary in Q1 or something? No, he got pole last year, so I think it was this year. So that car has just been so strange in quali. Sometimes out in Q1, sometimes out in Q2.
Yeah.
But in the race, it is a lot better, especially on tracks where there's a high tire deg. So and to be fair, Russell had a good race here last year. Lewis is quite good around here as well. So I think it's going to be close. But I think the fact that I think it is going to be Ferrari. That's 4 points is not a lot, especially if you've got Leclerc, fighting for podium. So I think Ferrari are going to overtake them at the death. It's going to come down to the wire.
It's going to be tight. What do you reckon?
I think Carlos Sainz is probably going to... I have faith in him. I actually have faith in him to recover to a better place than Lewis, I think, here. But I don't know. Yeah, you're
Lewis
right.
is
Yeah,
good in races, though.
It's honestly, it's literally a lottery. Like, I think one thing I've learned over like the last 5 Grand Prix is that there is genuinely, not that there's no point, but it's actually impossible to predict Formula One behind Max Verstappen.
Yeah.
Right. So yesterday, Q1, P1 to P18 was split by about 6.5 tenths.
That's insane round here as well.
mental.
It's not even like a short lap.
yeah.
Because Bottas was
relatively
Joe
short,
messed up his lap, he locked up, and
Yeah.
Sargent got both his times deleted.
Yeah.
Yeah. P1 to P18, 6.5 tenths.
Gosh.
Absolutely mental.
And again, it's
Absolutely mental.
behind Red Bull. This season has been so ridiculously
Yeah.
crazy and unpredictable. It's just that's the weird thing about this season. I mean, the teams behind have been. We don't know what the second fastest car from weekend to weekend. Is it the Ferrari, the Aston Martin, Mercedes, the McLaren?
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
just, yeah.
It's almost like this race, we need to just kind of forget that Red Bull's kind of in the race. I hope they do.
The whole season.
Yeah.
Imagine we could have had the most unbelievable battle
Like
for the
what I
title.
hope they do during the broadcast, that they'll have graphics coming up showing you where the team standings are, because obviously
Yeah.
like those.
Like the live standings.
yeah.
like
That's where like this team needs to finish here to get to a certain position. So
That's where the intrigue is. I think that prize money is more valuable than ever in this cost cap era, especially for the smaller teams. But
also,
talking of that,
it's really weird as well that I think like we're starting this race today with more sunlight than we've normally had done before. It's normally
Is it an hour earlier than normal?
God, I'm not too sure, but like obviously normally finishes when it's already pitch black by the race end. So it's a bit weird that we're sort of starting it in sunshine.
Yeah.
But
it's an
PTSD.
interesting
I
replay
was
to
about
share.
to say, getting a little recap
Formula
here.
Formula One's currently showing
Yeah.
Verstappen versus Hamilton.
Yeah.
Every single corner basically. Do you remember when this happened?
Yeah, I-
Gasly Ocon.
I suppose it was one of the moments that happened here. It's
One of
alright,
the
I guess,
moments.
Up there, I guess.
Maybe.
Doesn't beat Yuki Tsunoda finishing 4th, but
Doesn't.
Actually, what are we saying about the battle for P7? Because I think
Yeah.
it's 7 points in the midfield is actually quite a lot. I know James Vowles was playing it kind of down like, it's super easy to close, but 7 points for AlphaTauri to close that up, it's gonna
Well, if he holds position,
he'd have to finish
that's
6th,
P8.
right?
Yeah.
and Ricardo hopefully get into the top 10 as well. But
But all he needs
He's a bit of an ass.
The
He's a
Williams,
bit of an ass.
the Williams won't be. I mean, they were nowhere yesterday, and the rate. I don't see them doing well in the race. I don't see Williams scoring a point. So I think it's.
the thing is, I could so see Albon just sneak into the top 10, just a random P10, because that would be so on brand for him.
Yeah, I mean, maybe,
Goes into the
maybe.
same barrier. The Latifi.
Yeah,
The Latifi battle.
I think.
the Latifi barrier. Yeah.
Oh no! It's happened again.
Who's it going to be? Who's P7 coming out of this race? AlphaTauri or Williams?
It's got to be Williams.
I'm going after Harry.
Fuck it. Yeah, no, I'm here for vibes.
See,
I'm here for vibes
Ricardo's 15th. That's the only thing.
Yeah, if he was like at least...
He had a bit of a shocker with yesterday. I think
let himself down a bit.
But like it was like because everyone thought the track evolution was going to hugely ramp up, so he kind of jumped out in the last moment. But him and also Science and someone else I can't remember couldn't
Margins are so
couldn't
tight
break
as well.
through.
Even just seeing the gaps with like Lewis and Esteban and all that.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
crazy
yeah.
tight.
What have we thought actually about Lawson versus Ricardo, what they've done in that car and kind of the races that they've been in there? Because they've scored like a decent amount of points compared to.
I mean,
the
Ricardo had a
season.
fantastic race in Mexico, didn't he?
Yeah.
And his Hungary debut was really good as well.
Yeah, considering like he got crashed out, which wasn't his own fault, and he still I think finished ahead of Yuki as well. It was like that was unbelievable.
It's difficult because he's had the injury
Yes.
as well. I was expecting a bit more, but then I don't know how much that injury, like, of course that's affected his...
It means he now drives with one little pinky up.
I thought he was going to...
Elbow out the side.
Yuki's 4-3'd him in qualifying head-to-head.
Yeah.
It's been close. I think maybe that injury's just taken a little bit of that edge off that Ricardo would have had.
Sao momentum as
Sao
well.
Paulo was
'Cause
unlucky as
I
well.
would also
For
say,
him to
though,
4-3 Yuki's pretty impressive.
True, but I
in
would
one
also
way.
say that this is the only car Yuki's ever driven.
Yeah.
And, like, that's the
No,
only
you're
car,
right,
and
you're
it's
right.
also like Yuki should be absolutely slapping any driver going into that second car because he's had the years and experience, and it's now been the one who's been like given the actual feedback to how to improve that car.
Yeah.
So if he's struggling against Lawson or even Ricardo, mate, that actually looks worse than you. Like, he shouldn't be like on the same sort of terms. Yuki should be way far ahead.
Do we think there's any shot he's in that Red Bull next year?
Who, Yuki?
Ricardo?
Yeah.
The more I think about it, the more I think Red Bull are just going to be boring and just keep it to as it is, honestly. Because, like, if you obviously, yeah, we can critique Perez being like, oh, he's not as quick as Verstappen, yada. But Red Bull can leave here comfortably going we've got P1, P2 in the drivers and P1 in the teams. Like,
But
that's
say
not-
that,
yeah,
that decision is a decision based on what you want the future to be, not
Yeah.
what's happened.
And almost
the
what's
future.
happened this year is all like if the grid does get closer and if Perez has kind of the same season, there's no way he's not getting anywhere near second.
Yeah.
Max might still get enough points on his own to win the constructors.
Yeah.
But I don't think you can't rely on Checo to get second next year.
I honestly think that
He barely got second
Yeah.
this season
Yeah.
in the most dominant Formula One car
yeah.
of all time. In terms of as a combination with Max Verstappen.
Yeah.
That's mental.
I
If
genuinely wouldn't
anyone
be
even gets
surprised.
even slightly closer to Red Bull
just
next year, he's
depends.
not finishing second.
It really just depends how the beginning of next season starts. Like, if Perez is like, getting 2 podiums comfortably, then there is no need for them to change midway through the season. If he's having an absolute shocker to begin the season with, then of course they would do.
and
But-
Ricardo is having a good start to the season as well.
Yeah.
How it works with Yuki, I don't think Red Bull fancy Yuki at all. I don't think there's anything Yuki can do to be in that Red Bull. I felt like that for 2 years. There's something about maybe they feel like he doesn't have quite the right mentality yet, or something like that. I don't know, but
I reckon
I think he's improving, but he's
improving.
He's still got a stinker in his closet. That's the
Yeah,
problem.
I think he's just a little bit too inconsistent as well.
They got to
Yuki
also
isn't,
seriously consider what they're going to do with Liam as well. Like,
Yeah.
like they're still holding on to him for another year.
He made a case, didn't he? Big case.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
bit of a selection headache now.
I think as well with the Racing Bulls rebrand, I think it's important for Ricardo being part of that team has helped. I mean, Peter Beyer, who's the CEO, he's kind of said this, that having Ricardo in that team has helped convert a lot of big sponsorship opportunities for that team going into next year.
So that was when I was in Amsterdam with a company called Katawiki. Like originally they're this auction company that were auctioning off parts of Alpha Tauri. And originally it was supposed to be a Sonoda and De Vries kind of collaboration. And then they turned it into they called it, I think, 10 years of Ricardo at Alpha Tauri.
Yeah.
So that, they saw that opportunity and obviously it got a lot more exposure because of it. So
Yeah.
a lot more, yeah.
And I think that is why, as much as I've consistently said this year, I feel like Ricardo's going to get that seat. I'm more believing that it will be Perez in that seat, in that Red Bull seat, now than ever. I think that I think if Ricardo had come in without the injury and beaten Yuki head to head and had more of those Mexico-esque performances, I think maybe Red Bull consider that, because I just can't see Perez driving in the Racing Bulls. I just can't.
That is a crazy concept. Yeah. In a Hugo Boss Racing Bull Cash App.
is it even Hugo Boss
Versace,
anymore? It's just
no.
Boss now, isn't it?
Well, there's kind of
Boss Bulls.
I think they're two. It's Hugo Boss, but then Hugo exists as its own brand, and Boss exists as its own brand.
Oh,
now.
fucking hell. That's just
Split them.
confusing. Why the fuck would you do that? Like, just have it as one name and get it over and done with.
Oh, here we go. Lewis Hamilton starting
Online
P11.
grid. Yeah,
I
yeah,
do
yeah.
expect him to gain positions in race. George was saying yesterday, it's a good point actually. They're 11 all in qualifying head to head, but rarely have they been really close. It's like one of them's 3-4 tenths clear of the other, or the other one is.
Yeah.
And I think just that setup is on such a knife edge with these cars that if you miss the window,
Yeah, because I refuse to believe that those two drivers are bad at qualifying. Like that car just looks so inconsistent from race to race in quali. Like it looks a lot better in the race, but that's why
so
we're seeing this
track-dependent as well,
disparity.
isn't it?
Right, should we get a round of applause, get some energy up for the last race?
Here we go. Go on.
The last
Come on,
race of the
Yuki.
season. This season's gone so quick, hasn't it?
Actually has. Yeah, it's
Right.
nuts.
Like the fact now that this is the last race of the season.
My palms are sweating. Like,
Knees weak.
Here we go.
Arms are heavy. It's
Ready for
time
them
for the
quick
Abu Dhabi
reactions?
Grand Prix.
5 lights.
Here we go.
For one
Here we
last time
go.
in 2023.
Here we go.
Let's go. What? It's a good start.
Go.
Charles.
Is that
It's a
Charles in the
very
lead?
good start.
Charles
Go
into
on,
the
go
lead.
on.
No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't.
Verstappen
nicely
sweep
done, Max,
from the
though.
Come on,
outside.
Yuki.
Nicely
good,
done from
all
Max
good. Who's
Verstappen.
on?
What a move. Lando.
Oh my God, Lewis and Sergio side by side. That's
Lando past
sketchy.
George.
I
think
thought
George
Max
got-
had lost that, but he hung it around the outside.
That was a
Really
beautiful
nice.
move from
Oscar
Max.
is
to be
looking
fair.
good here.
Oh, Charles got a bit of a run on him there, though.
Tell you what, mate. Yeah, go on then, Charles. Oh, Christ on a bike.
That was a move.
Why did it look like there was more than
Leclerc's
20
got the
cars?
slipstream, guys. Does he go down
Here
the
we go.
inside?
Oh, Perez is on a charge.
Cameraman.
So Lando jumped George.
Oh, the inside. Go on, Charles.
Go on,
There we
Leclerc.
go.
Side by
Squeeze him
side.
off.
All the time you have to leave
Wow.
the space. Very good racing, boys. That's what we like to
He should have
see.
done a
There we
Verstappen
go.
and just ran him wide.
No.
Oh, a bit of contact.
Charles hasn't got that in his locker, though. You know
Contact at
that.
the back.
He hasn't got that dog
That's
in
like
him.
the
hasn't
movie
got
put
that
on Alex
dog in
Albon
him.
in F2 back in
Go on, go on,
2017.
go on. Look at the crowd standing
Round the
up. Go
outside.
on.
Oh, Leclerc's all over him.
Wait,
this
this
is
defensive driving
brilliant.
from Max is insane to be
Very
fair.
good.
Yeah, be nice and clean, giving the space.
Wow.
This is what we want to
Lunge.
see.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant.
Beautiful stuff, right?
It means they're going to proper wear out those tyres, though, which is great.
Yeah,
Those
Lando got the
McLarens
jump
are
on
looking
George
good.
Russell, so Lando is P4.
Yeah, so McLaren
Yeah.
3-4 now.
Brilliant.
Good start for Lando. That's exactly what he needed. Early doors. Wonder if there'll be a bit of a...
What?
maybe a
Getting opening to the lap, eh?
Great defensive
McLaren,
driving from Max. That was actually
Yeah.
sensational. To see he hasn't had to do much defending this year.
Yeah.
I expect Lando to have more pace than Oscar, although Oscar did win around here in F2.
Yeah, we're back on track. He's actually driven before now, which is nice.
Exactly. But Lando, no. Yeah, everyone's surviving. Everyone's moving.
Everyone's- Yeah, where did science get up to? So P14 for him.
Okay. Hamilton's
Ricardo's
P9.
still where he started.
No, he's gone up a spot. He's on P15 now.
Hamilton,
oh, wait,
Hamilton
no,
up
yeah.
a couple
Yeah,
of
yeah,
spots
he's-
as well in P9.
Sergio down behind Lewis Hamilton now, having started 9th.
I think they went side by side through turn 3.
Gosh.
You got Stroll on the hard side. You got Science and Bottas also on hard
Lando
side.
Max
Max
check-
medium.
Max
I think
checked out,
Lando's
by the
making a
way.
move, potentially.
checked out.
He's
1.1.
getting close.
Lando's close to Oscar here.
Oh, go
Here
on.
we go.
He's
Yeah,
thinking about it.
Take it easy, boys. There's a
But Oscar's right on the back of Charles.
Yeah.
Yeah, Charles had his moment, and you can kind of tell already that it's,
Maybe Charles was recharging some energy or something.
might be. Yeah.
tire's gone. That's it.
See, this is where qualifying is important, man, because Lando being behind Charles and Oscar, he probably should have out-qualified both of them.
Oscar's right behind Leclerc, you know.
He is.
Those the McLarens have really good race pace as well.
Yeah, I wasn't convinced McLaren were going to be strong this weekend.
No.
You know, different circuits, their car still has weaknesses, quite clear weaknesses.
Yeah,
But
Vegas.
there's enough medium speed here.
Gambling.
Yeah.
They
for
just
them
think
to-
anywhere where there's gambling, they can't do it.
I think I predicted Oscar to come second actually ahead of Leclerc. I forget now. Vested interest.
Yeah.
Snowden's held on to P6 for now.
Also, by the way, I'm not
what?
really feeling that McLaren livery with the yellow front wing.
No. It's,
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, guys. I'm not going to lie.
Also,
They've changed it so many times this
I think someone said
season.
6 special liveries in a 22 race season.
That's where I'm a bit
Mercedes
like-
have had none.
Yeah, this is the thing. I would happily have the rule. You know, they had the rule before of like you can't keep changing your helmet. I would very much do that for the F1 cars. You can
Nah.
only have one special livery and that's it. Like they keep changing.
Zach
it.
Brown will just do anything with the sponsors. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
no
that's the
worries.
thing.
Nah, I honestly, I think it should be quality control. I think you should be allowed to have as many as many as you
sponsors,
want, but it
many
needs to
different
go
liveries.
through a governing body first.
Yeah.
Who's
Like
the
someone
governing
needs to.
You just
judge.
want anarchy in
I
Formula 1.
just want
no
chaos,
sponsors.
mate. No, genuinely, because that Las Vegas Williams one,
Oh,
Perez
on the
goes to the inside of Hamilton. That Williams Las Vegas one should have been made
Wait.
illegal before it was allowed on the car.
Yeah, that was
So we just need quality control.
Yeah. You know what? Like, I don't mind the liveries that are a full takeover, full different design. But like this one for McLaren, that one for Williams, they're templates. They've got their base template and they're just changing one element. That's very like if you're going to do a livery, do like what McLaren did with the Indy, the Indy 500 split
the
one.
stealth one.
Yeah.
Or
come on, Charles. The dive bomb was there.
It was very close at the start, but everyone kept it clean.
I want to see Norris and Russell, though. Side
Do you think that is the one thing that Charles Leclerc lacks? Is that little bit of aggression when he's, well, just in a lot of different areas,
He's angry
when
when he
he's
crashes,
wheel to
doesn't he?
wheel?
Yeah.
I think him and Max are both very aggressive drivers. I think we saw that.
I don't know,
Do you remember
anytime-
Austria when they were fighting?
Yeah, but like, how many other times can you like remember where Charles has like actually out aggressioned Max?
Yeah,
I think
in
last
wheel-to-wheel
year,
combat.
Austria last year.
is he out aggressionable? Can anyone out great like?
Well, okay, that
Some
is
of the
also a
English on
question, to be
display
fair.
here.
Yeah.
Out aggressionable. I don't know. That's a good one. I like that.
I'd say compared to the average driver, I'd say Charles is more aggressive. Certainly.
Race
What
replay
happened to
for
Checo?
Perez.
He actually got a good
decent
launch.
but then
So what happened?
He was thinking about going down the inside of Yuki, but didn't.
And then
Oh,
he had-
ooh,
well,
that's
well, that shouldn't have been allowed to stand.
He did overtake off the track, Lewis.
Yeah.
Definitely,
Yeah.
for sure.
But he passed him now, so it's
Yeah, it's all good now, I guess.
Yeah.
But
All's fair in love and war. But no, that was definitely a illegal overtake from Lewis there for sure. Woo. Okay. Well done, everyone.
I've seen a lot of
Kept it
onboards,
clear.
which means there's nothing going on in the race.
yeah, that
at the
always
moment.
happens, doesn't it? Yeah. Well, it says Lando's third now, by the way.
What?
There.
Oh, so we've
God's
missed
sake.
out.
Have we missed an overtake? And
So on the broadcast,
what you
then,
want.
yeah.
missing overtake is great.
So over all these race restarts.
no, but to be fair,
onboards-
we needed to see these race start replays. Like we really needed that.
yeah, not
really desperate.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
now.
here we go.
Here's
Nice.
the
Yeah,
replay
yeah.
for-
Glad we're just getting a replay of that now. Lando
think
to the
that's my
inside.
prediction.
Oh,
Handled it
Oscar was
well.
going defensive there. A
Yeah,
little
he
bit.
did. Yeah.
Pretty comfortable overtake actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Much better run.
There we go.
Oscar now slipping into the grasps of George as well.
Yeah.
Not many big gaps developing.
No.
Yuki's still up. Oh, wait, hang on. What? Okay. For some reason, I misread that. I thought it said Sargent was a minute behind rather than.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh.
There's a little train going on now. So what's science behind Stroll is the biggest gap.
Norris is actually closing in on Leclerc here. Quite well.
Lando knows there's an opportunity this weekend.
Yeah. Could this be the one?
George creeping up to Oscar Piastri.
He is.
But
Here
they've all
we
got
go.
DRS, so
Yeah, it's just a huge DRS train now, isn't
that's
it?
what you do end up getting around here, though, quite a
But
lot.
Leclerc is outside of DRS to Max, so
Yeah.
Lando's going to be the cork.
Charles is in trouble.
Absolutely. So yeah, as things stand, AlphaTauri take P7. As
Really?
things
Why?
stand.
Come on, AlphaTauri.
Yeah, Williams is just
Yeah,
nowhere.
Sainz hasn't made the craziest amount of inroads. He's still 13th, few places.
Yeah, because that'll be 8 points.
Early
for-
days though. Early days.
days.
I mean, that's what a racing driver would say, wouldn't he?
Well, Albon's already behind Bottas and Joe as well.
Oh, dear.
So
I
not
love
boding
these
well
camera
for
angles.
Williams.
So good.
That's all right. Don't worry about it. It's a long race. 18th and 20th, they're not that far away.
Look, listen, I think I don't really mind, to be honest, if AlphaTauri take P7.
Yeah, they work
I'm-
hard
I'm-
for it.
I'm-
They
I'm-
work hard for it.
I'm here for Albon, you know?
I'm here for
That's a-
Tsunoda. Look at Yuki, just
I love you,
beautiful.
Serenely, just.
So-
I don't think
I
anyone's
might
ever
like. I feel like I've got like unpopular opinion. I just don't really like Yuki that much. Like,
Why?
we talked about this
Boo.
before.
Explain yourself.
I don't know. It's just like I just don't. I don't.
He's
like
just so
the
small.
anger. That's the thing. I think that's
so
why.
small, though.
See, that's the thing. I
He's
think
just short. But he doesn't like short people. Trust me. I know.
Yeah.
Facts. This is
But it's
height,
also
isn't
like
it?
people like rate like Gunther Steiner as a great team principal. It's like no,
No
he's
one
not.
rates Gunther Steiner.
No,
Tell me
I don't-
one
I
person
don't.
that rates Gunther Steiner as a great team principal.
Exactly.
Like as a
Yeah.
personality, maybe, but like as a-
Exactly. That's the main thing. Everyone.
me and
thinks,
Tom have
yeah.
talked about this for like years now. Gunther Steiner is not good, not a good team principal.
No, he's not,
Not
at all.
very good to start.
He's great for TV, but that's it.
Yeah.
No, he is. Yeah.
Isn't he like co-producing like an office style?
I have no
F1
idea if
thing
that's true
as
or
well?
not. Surely that's got to be fake.
Apparently.
Like,
Apparently.
I wouldn't put it past him.
I'd, if I
Anything
was
for
Gene,
money.
I'd definitely sign up Otmar
yeah.
instead of Gunnar.
Yeah, you just look at his driver's choices. But
Being
yeah,
Has anyone
called
seen
Gene
Otmar's
is
selfies,
crazy,
by the way, on Instagram?
Gene is a
Some
mental.
bad
The
bit.
most, literally the most dad thing I've ever seen.
Science is falling back from Stroll.
Yeah, he is, isn't he? On the same tyres as well.
Yeah. Interesting. He's got Hulkenberg all over the back of him. Carlos Sainz is struggling here.
He's only had about 3 laps.
God, that was so close to the barrier.
Well, if Ferrari are going to get, I mean, again, as things stand, and with the McLaren pace relative to Mercedes, if Leclerc can hold on to P2, they might nab it. Well, they will nab it as things stand by.
Yeah,
3
but
points.
Lando's all over him already.
Can I just say that points tally doesn't even look real for Red Bull?
Yeah.
849 points. What are we even doing
I know.
here? That's insane.
I think
and that's with Checo 9th as well. If Checo was 2nd,
Yeah.
I think we might start to see some track limits warnings coming up soon, boys. Like I just saw Leclerc. Woo! Like it was a small amount, but there was that turn 1, and if
Can't
turn
wait.
1, that's what got Sargent out. I reckon we're going to start seeing some track limit stuff coming through.
Can't wait.
Chasing Verstappen for first. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Good one.
Oh, Russell's quite close to Piastri, yeah.
Here we
Piastri's
go,
not
yeah,
got
yeah.
DRS either.
And Russell needs to get his elbows out
Oh,
here.
George is
Here
going
you
for
go.
a lunge
Go on.
here.
Oh,
Crash. Oh no.
Not quite.
Scaredy cat.
When I see Russell,
Decision
now I
making.
just think crash when I see Russell side by side.
Which is not good, is it? It's not good.
I think Russell's got like a blue visor on at the moment. This is quite weird seeing it.
Close
like,
again.
He's making a move. This might
There
be
we
it for
go.
George Russell around
Round
the
the
outside of
outside.
Piastri. Ooh, Oscar stuck her nose in.
Still
Still
could.
there.
held it.
Still
There
sticking
we go.
it.
Go on.
Nice.
Oh,
Oh,
he's
wow,
got
he's
it.
got
Very
it.
nice there. Come on, George.
Good defence that.
Well done, Oscar, mate.
That was good from Piastri. He wasn't overly aggressive
Yeah.
going into the corner and just held his
Just that bit
line.
of traction. Yeah.
Well, he kind of he got George to break a little bit too late,
Yeah.
carrying too much around the outside of Ricardo
no.
radio.
Retirement.
Tear off
Disqualify him.
in one of his ducks.
In one of his ducks. Goodness me.
That's not good for
Shouldn't have a duck on board anyway, to be honest.
You don't want that.
No.
That would be that. He's had some stinking luck, any since he come back, Ricardo.
Yeah.
That's a
would just
shocker
be-
if so.
The Sao Paulo thing, especially the fact that him and Piastri started a lap down, I thought that was hard.
That was
such
so
bullshit.
stupid.
That was such bullshit.
He's in the pits.
Oh, no.
They did say a two-stop is viable. Oh yeah, there you go. Instant Joe and Albon noted.
What's another driver off the track? Intriguing.
Realistically, I don't think anyone cares.
Lando already complaining
Even
about
me.
tyres, by the way.
Is he?
So, yeah, it might genuinely be a two-stop ting.
Well,
2.4. So some guys had to come through and speak. You're like,
Yeah.
just hope he's the. Yeah, just hope he.
It might not be the
Accidentally
worst
ripped
thing.
out something important.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck. I didn't only had 2 seconds left.
Yeah.
Just pull out and
All the
brake
wires.
pad.
Yeah.
Whoops. Now, this might not be terrible for Ricardo. Puts him in clear air, and maybe if the two-stop is viable.
Oh,
undercut
but
as
no,
well.
this strategy- yeah, I mean, like it's just not going to work out. Oh, they're just going to do him as a one-stop, aren't they?
No.
Yeah.
From here.
Just go
AlphaTauri done it
crazily
before,
long.
but they did it for him the
two-stop,
Hungarian. Yeah.
Pirelli did suggest two-stop could be a thing. Sergeant Magnussen noted, forcing driver off track.
You should got to hope for a safety car or something, maybe.
They're fighting at the back. Yeah, Norris within a second of Leclerc. It's one of them races that it's just the gaps are all very close.
Yeah, but
Very
it's just a little bit difficult to. I don't understand how it is so hard to overtake. Well, not hard to overtake, but it seems like it should be easier to overtake here with the amount of long straights, and you just end up with DRS drain. Was that Oscar Piastri squared, by the way? Who was that?
That was
Award.
Oh yeah, it was Pato Award. He kind of looks like Oscar.
Oscar's currently driving at the moment.
No, I know, but I
he's in the
thought it was
car,
like his
mate.
brother down on the pit lane. I was
fair.
like, oh my god, come
It was
on.
that weird thing where he looked at camera.
It was the way he was
and
looking at the
and
camera.
he just clocked that he was on TV and he was about to smile and then he cut away.
Oh, Pato.
Yeah, actually, there were some good showings from the FP1 rookies, weren't there? Drogovic up there, Schwartzman as well.
Yeah.
3/10 on Stroll's head. I'll leave it there.
Dragovic.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy, man. Get him in the seat.
Yeah.
I genuinely wonder.
I'm a chaos merchant, man.
I felt a bit bad for Jake Dennis, who was in obviously the Formula E champion.
Oh, go on, Sergio. Oh,
Is he going for it? Is he not going for it? Mate, are you going for it on the move or not? Like,
Gasly. Checo on Gasly, but doesn't get the move done. Still P9.
he's still going to go for it here, though. But yeah, I felt bad for Jake Dennis, the Formula E champion, who got to drive Max Verstappen's.
oh, George V2.
Round the outside. No,
Once
too wide.
again, though,
Too
forced
wide.
wide.
Piastri holds again.
on. Yeah. There's a little tactic here from Oscar, I'm noticing.
Yeah. I feel like every time I talk about Jake Dennis, something happens.
Yep, sorry.
Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it.
Well, the Formula E champion, Jake Dennis. We got into Max Verstappen's car. I think he only got like P16 in FP1. I don't know if that was his first proper outing in the Red Bull or in this era, but like
It is in this era. He's driven the 2018 one.
that's it. Yeah.
I think he's
Was he a
the,
Red Bull Junior?
Well, his test.
I don't think he was a Red Bull Junior, but he
sim
did
driver,
join their
isn't he?
program later on.
okay.
Yeah, so he's been doing that for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fair
because
enough.
he's not really a young driver. He's their sim driver. So it was just about correlation in terms of what he feels in the sim and then the car.
Which is it makes sense.
And he's very tall as well. It's the same height as Ocon as well. So that's
Oh boy.
had to change his.
So that's why you need to be Yuki height.
There you go.
Facts. Everyone just be shorter. That's the moral of the story.
Yep. Been there.
Gaz,
Oh, here we go.
Fucking hell. What? Everyone's just forcing everyone off.
no
Clearly.
investigation.
All right. Okay. No further.
must
So
have just
Gasly's
sorted
getting DRS from Alonso, which is helping keep Perez at bay here. Sonoda's dropped a gap to Russell, which is going to put him at risk of Alonso, though. Yuki needs to hold this.
Carlos Sainz has gone on holiday early, by the way. Just sacked it off.
Yeah, that gap to Stroll's 3 seconds now. Difficult race, but
Leclerc's still keeping within 1.5.
Here we go again. No. Piastri holds on. ahead of Georgie boy.
Russell really likes that wider line.
Yeah.
For some reason through that corner.
It's just
There are quite a few different lines you can take through there. It's quite
Yeah.
a nice corner, actually.
I think Russell's definitely he's probably the next quickest car on track. He's been comfortable all weekend. Came out of FP2 and 3, I think, leading, or maybe FP1 and 2.
FP, I think it was FP, yeah.
Yeah, FP1 because he was in the sea of rookies, but then he came out of FP2 on top as well. So he's
But Leclerc's still keeping 1.5 tenths behind Verstappen.
That's
consistently.
surprising.
I mean, he's outside of DRS, so like he's doing all right to keep it there.
it'd be interesting to know if Russell was clear of these McLarens.
Yeah.
But again, qualifying paid dividends. But yeah, Mercedes can't wait to get shot, especially Lewis after yesterday. He can't wait to get shot of this car for the second season in a row.
But the thing is, there's no guarantee that next year's will be better.
Do you think they're gonna have side pods next year?
Ooh.
Bin the entire car.
Well, again, this is kind of given it's a bit of a Frank.
Oh, here we go. He's definitely closer.
Yeah, defending well, but I don't know how long he can.
Oh, here we go. Here we
keep
go.
Going. We're getting a dive bomb from George. No.
See, yeah, George is not being that aggressive with it.
Lock up though
lock
from
up
Oscar.
Oscar.
Yeah,
But
this
that's
Bit
is
of a
the
mistake
game
there.
Yeah.
And I think we saw
He lured him
Perez in
into
the
a
background
mistake,
there as
didn't
well.
he?
I think we saw
Russell's
Perez
gonna
in the
get him.
background.
Yeah,
going,
did Perez get Gasly there?
Right not.
George, King Russell, you need to get this done.
Yeah, this is
He's
probably
got
going to be
him.
it. isn't
Here
it,
we go, yeah,
realistically?
he's
If you take that outside line again,
Yeah, nice.
He's done it this
keep
time.
it tight.
George Russell
Good.
P4. Good move.
Forced him into the
Move.
mistake.
Go on, George.
Easy move.
No, there goes
That radio
my...
message cursed him.
No, I could tell. I could tell. It's the
Now,
closest
will
you've been.
he reel in Lando? That's the thing.
I do always wonder how much is someone telling you in your ear, like, yeah, push, is actually helping you? As if you don't know.
So,
As if you're close.
you know what? Actually, I was actually just chilling
pushing,
out. So
keep
now that you
pushing.
told me, I will drive faster.
Yeah.
I think that's part of the job of a performance engineer, isn't it? To know
How to motivate.
what the driver needs in this kind of higher pressure situation.
Yeah.
Like what information they do and don't need.
Imagine there was a driver where it was just like,
Oh,
you just have to
Yuki.
tell them like their shit
Go on.
in order to actually get the max out of them.
Yeah, Yuki's close to the Oscar.
Yeah.
Go on,
Come on,
Yuki.
Yuki.
Go on, Yuki.
I predicted
Verstappen
you
ready.
for top 5, mate.
God, what's that say? I can't even read that from here.
Front right is slowly getting a bit hurt.
I thought you said a bit hard. I was like, no, mate, it's a medium.
Well, that was it. In the F2 race. You had a Vesti's engineer just telling him like, you need to get this move done now. You need to go now because obviously he had a championship to fight for and didn't get it in the end, but he still got a podium. And like Vesti responded. He drove a pretty perfect race, to be honest.
I think he had a really great. Like,
Responded
again,
well to it.
I didn't watch the race, but just as a weekend in the sprint as well.
Yeah,
Did about as much as he could do, yeah.
Gasly's defending for his life here.
Perez all over the back of him.
Checo, mate, if you do want to get this move done at some point,
he's close now.
He's going to try to go to the inside line. Here,
Easy
Gasly
money.
has no DRS. He's going to get it done, surely.
Surely, yeah, around the outside here. Yeah. Carbon copy of the George move.
Literally, yeah.
He'll sweep across.
Which now means Hamilton is right behind him as well.
Yeah,
compromised
boy.
I like the back-to-back DRS zones that you have in Abu Dhabi. Same with Interlagos as well. It kind of encourages a bit of. You saw it in the F2 loads actually, overtaking into that first one and then re-overtaking.
Yeah, a little bit back and forth.
But that's why I think drivers aren't as willing to go for the dive bomb down that main straight.
Yeah.
They'd rather just get it done the second. Yeah.
Like you
then-
saw George,
their line.
he made Piastri make a mistake by just kind of spooking him a little bit,
Yeah.
and then got a better exit onto the next straight.
So what? Yuki's right there on the back. of Oscar.
Yuki's the greatest.
so's
Alonso
Hamilton.
in, by the way.
Oh, okay.
I feel like I haven't seen Fernando Alonso this entire race.
Yeah.
He was just there.
Well, he was close to the back of Sonoda, but
Yeah.
maybe they're going
Come
for
on,
a
quick
two-stop.
stop, boys.
No.
That's terrible.
That's.
Rear right looks
2.9.
slow.
Oh, you were close.
Close enough.
A tenth of a second out. 3.0.
That's the thing though. Clean air can really help round here. So
A little bit of a wobble there from Gasly.
pitting a bit earlier isn't necessarily the worst decision in the world. I think obviously Aston Martin to beat McLaren to overcome 11 points on them with McLaren's third and fifth right now. Probably not going to happen.
It's not happening, no.
But again, if Stroll had even been okay this season, they would have been fine.
Especially at the start of the year as well,
Yeah.
when they had that car. That
Well.
package.
And that's the weird thing. Like people talk about, oh, he came in all injured. He was injured at the beginning of the season. He was better when he was like recovering from his injury.
Yeah.
When he had 3/4 of a hand, he was actually better. Genuinely.
I still remember the Saudi race when he did that move on the outside
Yeah,
of
I was-
science. And
yeah.
you were like, oh my.
To this day, that's still one of my favourite overtakes
Yeah.
of the season. Probably is one of the best ones.
I
But
thought it was Alonso. I thought there's no way that's Stroll.
yeah, no, it was incredible. The juice he had the first two races of the season was serious, and then he just kind of sacked it off again.
Yeah, that's the problem. just complete lack of consistency. And when you're he's been in the sport since 2017.
Yeah, man, you got to be showing more.
Who's
honestly.
that? Oscar in?
That is Oscar.
He's had enough of those tyres.
Oscar.
Yuki into P5.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yuki Koen.
Maybe Yuki's just the Abu Dhabi merchant.
Maybe.
It's interesting here. Perez behind Tsunoda. What did Red Bull do here? Because
Walk over to AlphaTauri and say, get out of the fucking way.
Yeah. France, I know it's your
12
final
million.
race.
Red Bull like money as much as the rest of us.
Yeah.
12 million on the line.
And they like to hide it as well, yeah.
They'll just reinvest it in catering.
Sprinkling it, yeah.
It's all good.
7.
Oh, this is going to be...
Piastri out ahead of Alonso here. This is
Just.
close.
Tyres are going to be cold though.
Yeah, I think Alonso will get him down this next straight, honestly.
Can Oscar do it? Well, the thing is, if Alonso gets him here though, Oscar might be able to
The drive Oscar just got out of there is insane.
Yeah.
I think Fernando
That
would
might have
have
just saved him.
Yeah, obviously Alonso's already got those are also new tyres for him as well, isn't it? But
Yeah,
takes him one
yeah.
lap, so
Alonso thinks about it.
But you
but
see,
no.
Piastri this time didn't defend the inside. He was like,
He's
oh,
not-
no,
he's
got
not-
that
he's still locked up anyway.
Oh, Oscar, come on.
He's
It's not
scrapping.
quite as bad though as the George one.
I think he'll be all right.
Might be all right. Lando pitting this lap as well.
Box. Yes, 3 seconds off the back of
they're
Leclerc.
trying to see if they can go for the undercut.
Tell you what, fucking hell, Leclerc's doing well, isn't he?
Yeah.
He actually is. Yeah. Ferrari's got decent pace.
Really well.
So where Norris comes out, that would dictate for Leclerc, seeing if the undercut's going to work here.
Russell box. Russell is in.
Lando.
Let's go, Lando.
Yuki onto the podium.
Oh my God.
Red flag it. Oh my God, that's terrible.
No, he's been jumped by
Shocking.
George.
George jumped him.
5.1.
Oh, for God's
Had a
sake.
shocker.
Your pit stops this year have been very good. Apart
But it's
from
weird
when
that
it
it looked like the tyres were on though. I'm not quite sure where the problem was.
Yeah, I think it was actually just bolting it on, literally,
Yeah.
rather than getting the first one. That might really hurt him.
I think he might. Well,
Is he even
still
gonna be?
gonna
He's gonna be behind Piastri here.
Yeah.
He's still ahead
Oh
of
God,
Piastri. though.
McLaren's together.
Oh,
He's ahead,
Piastri
he's
just
ahead.
went wide there.
He did.
He's ahead.
Piastri's still behind.
They could have
Norris.
lost a lot more there actually. I mean, I know they got
Yeah,
jumped by
it
Russell,
wasn't
but-
terrible. He's just got to try and get George back.
He lost 2 to 3 extra seconds there.
The thing is, Russell's pace has been really good.
Oh my God.
Did he just go into the back of it?
That was Lewis hitting Gasly, right?
That was an aggressive cut.
Yeah, fucking hell. Bonk.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, he did, yeah, because his end fence is slightly out.
That's something you don't hear.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, you're
he's,
right.
he's bent it.
Oh dear. Don't get meatballed.
You can't really blame anyone apart from your Lewis then if you just go into the back of him,
Yeah.
especially when it's around a corner. But like, oh, he was going really slowly.
He was just slower than I expected, mate.
All right, well,
That
that's
happened to me
racing.
playing Gran Turismo yesterday. Someone broke in a corner you don't break. He locked up ahead of me, apparently. So,
Yeah,
Lewis.
anything to move the blame off.
Jeez.
I'm kidding.
He's
I'm kidding.
hungover.
Love
I'm
it.
kidding.
Love it.
miles
What
back.
actually happened? Yeah,
He
he's
come from
miles.
very far back. Gasly locked up and then
Well, yeah, I mean,
Oh,
he just
no,
had
yeah.
bonked him. Yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
That's still.
That is still Lewis's. Lewis could have moved. So
I think he
It's just a little love tap, man.
bit of,
it's not like Gasly locked up and then blocked his path.
Yeah, he
like,
didn't come back onto the track or anything.
Like that was still like a hit. So
Gasly's diffuser might have taken a bit of damage from that.
Hamilton has pushed me.
As Mercedes jumped him
Oh,
in
they
the
have.
pits.
Oh, no, that was Ocon. It's Ocon that pitted. Why would they pit
P14,
Ocon?
come on.
The comeback is on.
he's got fastest lap. Come on, mate.
Danny Ricciardo
He's got fastest
redemption.
lap on hard tires.
Now they took out that tear off. He's flying.
Yeah.
He's flying.
How has he got fastest lap on hards?
He's quite close to Alonso and Piastri as well, actually. So there's probably quite a few people. He's jumped Lewis, hasn't he?
Yeah, but also
Another
he's-
Mercedes, by the way,
he's also probably gonna-
3.2 from
yeah.
Mercedes. Another shocker.
I don't know how old his tires now. Probably
Right,
what, like
honestly,
8?
Mercedes, look, listen. If you're listening right now, which I'm sure you probably are, sack the pit crew. They've
Their
got to
pit
go.
crew is
You-
so
or at least
bad.
train them better. Get them in the gym. Get them lifting some weights. Get them doing reflex training.
Russell
'Cause it's
Albon.
not good enough.
It just opens the inside.
Alex doesn't fight that. Not his battle. Causing a collision.
His battle is at the back.
Interesting.
I wouldn't say that's really a collision as such, but
Well, I mean, it literally was.
oh, I mean it's a bonk. No, it wasn't like a
It wasn't a collision. It was a bonk.
bonk. I wouldn't say it was an accident.
It's a little love tab. Nice
Lewis
to see.
Hamilton under investigation for bonking. Yeah, as he just comes up with a car. Tsunoda second.
Ocon was very close to the back of Lewis there.
Fucking hell. So Tsunoda's actually going to probably be leading one lap at this at one point.
Go on.
To be fair, I feel like they should just pit him soon. Otherwise, he's going to get
Yeah.
undercut by absolutely everybody.
What is Sir Lewis saying?
Hamilton complaining about a loss of front end.
Yeah, they're just saying they don't think it's too much damage, but doesn't fill me with a great amount of confidence.
Leclerc pit and then just red flag it.
With these fine margins, oh my God, Sonoda.
Red flag it now. I want Sonoda second.
I want to see that no-stop strategy from Yuki.
So that means so Leclerc's going to be pitting now this lap, right? Surely.
Right, what actually happened here? Because
Lando's pit stop.
yeah, all the tyres are fine.
Yeah, it was just literally getting it.
I
Getting
think
it
they're
left,
actually on
maybe?
hydraulics
Yeah,
or something.
rear left.
Oh, here we go.
There's someone on the side
Different
pod, I think,
angle.
doing something.
Not rear left. No, I think it's just the. I think
Oh,
it
the
looked
clutch
like
didn't fully engage.
Oh, okay.
That's what Davidson thinks anyway.
Fair.
So skill issues, what we're saying.
Shit. So it's a skill issue.
Ocon is
like
all over the back of Lewis Hamilton here. Lewis has definitely lost some pace for sure.
Yeah.
Give him a bonk.
It's not a collision when it's a bonk.
I just said what we wanted a red flag, didn't we? Just then, or like some sort of safety.
Oh my
car.
God.
Here we go.
Sonoda's going to be
Here's the
leading
moment.
this
Right.
Grand Prix.
Evan Magnussen deployed. It's time. It's time.
Yeah!
He's done it.
Yuki coin to the moon.
Yuki, my boy.
Watch it, drink it in.
Greatest.
Start crying, France Tost.
Oh, it was worth
You got literally taking a photo
You
of
have,
this
worth it.
you have to document
Yeah.
this moment.
Yeah.
It's not like there's going to be like
understandable.
replays or anything.
It's been important.
Yuki Tsunoda,
Important.
the fucking goat,
There you go.
the goat.
Where did
2.4
Leclerc come out? Okay, so yeah, Leclerc's actually quite a few seconds behind Verstappen then, actually. So the end there wasn't so the overcut.
Did you? Sorry, the stat that Martin Brundle just said was absolutely mental. He said that's only the second time a Japanese driver's led a Formula One race.
It's mad.
What? Oh, crazy.
It was Sato.
Bare
Kobayashi?
Japanese driver. Yeah, it must just be Sato.
Yeah.
innit?
Maybe Sato.
Kobayashi leads.
Briefly.
What a random fact to just
Yeah,
have on
how
your...
has he got that lying around? How's he got that in the
Obviously,
back
you've got your
bar?
cheat sheets, but why would you have that one random fact?
Yeah.
Like,
Who's preparing
just
for
in
Yuki
case.
Tsunoda to lead a
They were
Formula
just
One
ready
race?
for that generational Yuki drive, clearly.
Fuck, man. You can see it coming.
You see, Matt, this is why you get excited about Yuki Tsunoda.
I'm telling you, man. He's doing it for
Conversation
Japan.
I am just hungover.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. We've all been there, Matt. We've all been there.
Literally, when the fact that we're cheering for Tsunoda to technically be leading kind of reflects.
Technically, he is leading, mate.
Well, yeah,
Black and white.
But to be like, nothing else is going on in the race, is it? So
To be fair, Max didn't run away that much.
No, it's been tight
Oh, hello. Gasly. Little dive bomb.
inside
Cheeky.
Nico Hulkenberg. Nicely done.
Haas has decided that it doesn't like its tyres again. Shock. I can't believe it's not even dark yet, lads. A third of the way through.
it looks like it's
Can
starting
science-
to a little bit, but yeah.
Sonoda, new race leader. Look at that graphic.
They've never done that before. They literally just made that just now. Like, right, lads, come on.
Carlos Sainz played the team game here. Hold up Max a bit.
He's got no chance, mate.
He's old hards. He wasn't even quick on them at the start of the race, let alone
Oh my
now.
God, Max is
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Might as well have a wave. He had time to do a crossword whilst he was driving down and overtaking in there.
If Sainz can get close enough for a bit of DRS, he can
No chance, mate.
give him something to think about.
I love your
No, no,
optimism.
he's got it.
I really like how
Look at that
optimistic you are.
gap. Science is the. Oh, that's brilliant. What's Gazzy saying?
He's concerned. Well, he's annoyed about Lewis basically getting the undercut
Yeah, essentially.
Foot down.
and Esteban getting the undercut as well. That doesn't make any sense.
I love how he's
actually.
worried about his teammate.
Yeah.
That's a real harbour. Take note, Miami.
Look at this. He's clear.
Don't just say he's on medium. He's actually slapping this. Is everyone else doing a two-stop, or are we looking at a one-stop for everyone?
I think the one stop was the recommended strategy, but two stop was viable.
Because if everyone's doing a one-stop, then this actually doesn't make any sense. Because he's
Give him some airtime. Love this. There you go.
For the sponsors and for the
No,
fans.
no, I know, but he's going to get undercut by
the one-
everyone. Oh, what a shot that was, by the way.
There we go.
Oh,
Oh,
and again.
and a repeat of that one shot.
Right, okay.
Just give Fran something to be happy about. Look, you
Oh, he looks so miserable.
Your driver's
hungover
winning,
as well.
mate.
Your
he's
driver's
hungover.
winning. That's what the sport's
he was at
about.
that party last night.
He got lost on a boat.
Was it Thanksgiving with you?
Yeah.
Norris on the back of... No, that's Piastri on the back of Bottas.
I'm not sure about that Alfa Romeo livery.
I was literally about to say the
it's
same thing.
terrible.
What I love as well, they're
Just a bit too bland.
save money. That's why they just kept it. From
I think that's what AlphaTauri have done as well. They would just
Yeah.
like forget about like
easy.
putting the old one on back on.
That's
Do you reckon it is that? 'Cause I was
100%,
thinking, I swear they
100%.
weren't meant to be doing it for the last two
Especially
their
their back-to-back races as well.
Can't
so.
be.
Can't be arsed, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, right. Our special livery is going to be a Las Vegas special one in Abu Dhabi. Like that was definitely not a conversation.
Yeah,
It was just,
yeah,
let's
yeah.
leave it on, lads.
It's just like
There is on
easier.
Ricardo.
Everyone's tired. Like everyone wants to just go home. Just
Down
use what we already
inside, Fernando Alonso.
got. Very good.
There you go. Alfa Romeo stinking as per.
Standard.
Sorry. The truth hurts.
I didn't realise the steering wheel was sponsored by TikTok. Imagine it just starts playing him halfway through the race. He's just on his For You page as he's like driving.
Yeah, Lewis has got a little WhatsApp sponsorship on his helmet as well. Just under his chin.
Gets notifications in his helmet.
Yeah.
They get
Ding,
so
that's
close.
like,
to
not
that
now,
barrier
mum.
Every single time.
Keep accidentally doing voice notes.
It's because they know what they're doing. Right, so as things stand, I mean, AlphaTauri closer to probably Alpine. 25
on.
points Sonoda. Or Yuki.
And he actually wins.
It's hard to, yeah. He's obviously, he must be anticipating everyone else is going for a two-stop.
Yeah, because if everyone's doing a one-stop, he is mudding himself. Or AlphaTauri are mudding him.
But I mean, some kind of breakage or safety car right now would be unreal.
Get him out of the way.
Science will let you buy.
I love how he still defends a little bit. Like,
He's not giving him the full outside line,
yeah.
Yeah.
the full sauce. But no, Leclerc's definitely faster. So Science, got to
Leclerc
play the
is
team game here.
Faster than you. Nope, hello. Who's this? Checo v Alonso?
It's
Wow.
Max.
On
Oh no,
Stroll.
Max versus Stroll, sorry.
He's-
It's because the Red Bull and Astons are right next to each other.
Further action for Hamilton causing collision because it was just a bonk.
It was just a bonk,
little
and it's
bonk.
probably hurt him more anyway.
Yeah.
Sonoda is the #1 Red Bull driver right now. Clear of Verstappen. He did beat him in those monster trucks, so
And he beat Ricardo on the water in Miami last
there
year
you go.
on those
That's
boats.
where it really matters.
Yeah, shit,
Like,
man.
that's
He's a
equal
great
machinery, by the way.
equal machinery.
Love it, love it. Piastri's
What if Max is just going to act as a rear gunner for Yuki Tsunoda so that he wins the race and gets AlphaTauri
Just for the vibes.
7th in a championship?
I was
Just
worried.
bump drafts him the entire
Yeah, the
time.
entire. Yeah, come in with me, Yuki.
That's a new upgrade. Just
Just bonking him the entire way.
just a toe hook.
Bonk,
I'm surprised that Piastri's within 2.5 of Lando. He's kind of. I was worried at one stage he was dropping like a stone, but actually, he's
Yeah, the end of
keeping
that
gap.
stint.
All right.
I think it's just his tyre preservation.
Yeah.
So at the end of a stint, he kind of drops off a little bit, but
Yeah, I
he's
think
got the
you're
raw
right.
pace, obviously.
Russell and Science. Yeah, George is flying right now.
I
Yeah.
was going to say, was it Leclerc being fast or was it Sainz being slow?
Oh, it was Science being slow. He hasn't
Science
pitted yet.
is still on his hard tyres. He hasn't
Yeah,
pitted
he
yet.
started on the hards, didn't he? So
I think that was the problem because he couldn't overtake anyone, so they just left him out.
Yeah.
oh, hello.
Oh, here we go.
Ricardo.
Daniel Ricciardo, the inside of Bottas.
Not another bonk, Lewis.
That's how you do it.
That's P11 for Ricciardo as well. So he's netting the points once all the pit stops
Bottas is
happen.
close though. I'm on radio.
But he's on a lot older tyres though.
He
as
is,
well.
yeah, he is, yeah.
Yeah, he pitted on lap 4, didn't he?
Toto telling Lewis he was the second quickest car last lap.
Thanks, Toto.
Oh my God,
Oh,
Bottas, you've gone
Bottas.
way too hot into
I was
that.
about to
mate.
say, yeah, that's an interesting line.
Could Lewis get him though?
Yeah, I think Lewis is going to be rolling now.
But
Oh,
no,
don't bonk anyone
not on
again.
that corner. Not on that corner.
Not again.
Pick your battles. You just can't get a move done there. It's not worth it.
Sketch.com.
Oh my God, the Williams are P19 and 20. It's fantastic.
Yuki's in.
No.
That's it.
Oh.
We enjoyed it while it lasted.
He's going to be 23rd after this pit stop with how long he stayed
Right,
at.
good pit, AlphaTauri. Come on.
Go on.
This is
That's
the
okay.
most
That's
important
very
pit stop of the
Great
year.
pit stop.
2.5.
His wheels
What
were
a-
lighting up before they even got to the bottom. I'm not sure he's allowed to do that, but
Nah, just it's vibes.
He's the GOAT, though, so it's fine.
Here we go. Where is he?
Oh, yeah, he's in the bin.
Oh, not behind Ricardo. No.
That's okay.
oh yes.
That's okay. That's okay.
To be
Run
fair,
it back
the
to
difference
2
in their
laps ago.
entire life is crazy, though. Surely he has to think that everyone's doing a one-stop. Otherwise, that strategy is like the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
Carlos is dropping like a stone. That's the thing, though. Like, Tsunoda was keeping that gap to Stroll kind of okay. Fairly consistent, anyway.
Magnussen's pitted for the second time already.
Why did we just go from watching Norris defending from Sainz So then
No,
just a
Norris.
random on board of Lewis. There we go.
Absolutely fuck knows.
There we go. We're back to it now.
Vibes.
Great TV direction there.
It's been so bad recently. Oh,
Oh,
hello.
here we go.
Down the inside. Lovely.
The goal.
Sonoda's going.
He's making
Past
moves.
Bottas.
Hamilton
Next,
next.
up Ocon.
He's moving. He's moving.
Moving and shaking.
I want to see that Sonoda on Ricardo overtake with terrible tyre parity.
Oh, no, Ricardo's got to let him pass, hasn't he? Come on.
Yeah, he's got much older tyres anyway.
There's a lot on the line.
A lot on the line, mate.
The
No, Science has finally pitted off those hards.
at last.
Only made it to lap 24, so he's not. He's definitely on a 2-stop.
Yeah, but he's put hards on.
Yeah.
No, he can,
No, he'll
no,
go
he
to the-
started on
Yeah, he
hards.
started on hards. Yeah, so that's a
Yeah.
confirmed 2-stop for him. So
Wow. That's a surprise, actually. Because last year, I think Leclerc and Verstappen did a 1-stop, and they finished 1-2. Well, Verstappen in front.
I guess with Yuki, you know, it makes sense for AlphaTauri to just go aggressive. Like 7 points is we said this at the start, right? It's a big deficit to overcome.
yeah, they've got to do something mental.
And, you know, hopefully it pays off for them.
2.1 there for Science, by the way. That might be Ferrari's quickest pit stop ever.
Ferrari, good pit stops this year. They've been cooking.
That backhanded compliment.
They've been cooking.
Oi.
Ocon on Bottas. Bottas is dropping like a stone.
Yeah.
Oh, if I was, I couldn't be an F1 driver for many different reasons, but one of them is if I was ever on a strategy like Bottas is on, I'd just want to end it all.
That's the only reason.
If I'm just getting
That's the only
overtaken,
reason
that
why
is the
you're not.
only reason. That's the only reason I'm not in Formula One right now.
You do,
yeah.
You do wonder what it must be like for these drivers who have like experienced life at the top, like have taken race wins. I think of it was also like Kimi at the end of his career. You know, he won many a race, was in many a championship fight. You know, Bottas, not quite that extent, but still, you know, won 10 races. To now be like dawdling around at the back, like the motivation. Some drivers wouldn't be motivated by that at all, but others just, you know, want a career in F1, and that's fun. You know, it's just interesting how they're different. Because I don't think a Lewis, I don't think a Max would stick around if they were in cars fighting for P17.
Well, you don't think Max is open to a return to racing bulls? Cash app racing WhatsApp bulls.
Not if they were P17, like the Alfa Romeo is right now, in the hands of Joe Guanyu. Yeah, Joe's, I don't know, he's giving me Giovinazzi vibes, I'm not going to lie. The second half of the season has been quite poor from him.
Yeah, and I've been surprised actually.
Bottas has opened that gap. Definitely.
I think Alonso's
It's difficult to know how much of it is the car and how much of it is the driver.
A lot of it was the car before, wasn't
But Bottas is doing better than Joe, though.
Yeah,
Like,
oh, for sure.
yeah.
it? Yeah.
They were both stinking at the start, but now.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a mid-off, though, isn't it? Really,
It is,
It's
just
one of
a
them
bit.
where it's like it's so.
No one's really winning here.
It's so dismal. We're all losers, sort of vibe.
Share who's just won F2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do
Sauber
hear that.
Academy.
I do hear that. But I think Joe had done such a good job in the first half of the season, though, that I was like, you know what, I'll let it slide.
I still think Bottas, if the car is okay, is actually a decent driver. Like if you remember last year, at the beginning of 2022, he was, I think, out-qualified Lewis in Bahrain 2022. And had like a good first third of the season, and the car just
What was that
dropped.
team radio from Gasly? It was about his diffuser,
Gasly's
wasn't
got
it?
damage, yeah. Diffuser
Yeah,
damage,
yeah.
which is causing him to lose pace. I thought that might be the case.
Yeah. Sabotage from Lewis.
That is bad luck. Whereas Lewis doesn't seem to have lost.
Bad,
Much pace at all.
luck.
That's what you call a
Right.
3,000 IQ move right there. That bonk.
Yeah, because Gasly's now.
Gasly's going to bonk him after the race.
Hey, yo.
Excuse me? Pause.
Ew.
yeah, boy.
Not like that. Unless.
Bite flip.
Say it there.
Whatever you're into, I guess.
Leclerc 5.5 seconds off the back of Verstappen now. So yeah, that gap has gradually opened up.
Is Russell closing on Leclerc, though?
Yeah, possibly. I think he is 1.5 seconds now. So I mean, if George he qualified well, but if he hadn't got jumped by Lando at the start as well,
Excuse me, can we see that fight for P9?
fight for P9.
Yeah.
Fight for P9.
Daniel Ricciardo and Yuki Tsunoda.
Fight for P7, mate. That's the interesting one. But yeah, we've got Leclerc, Russell. So as things stand, Russell will have done enough.
Yeah,
Lewis
Because
is in points
Sainz
as
is out
well.
of points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Points, so they can't. They're fully reliant on Charles.
Because
They're reliant on science actually
Wow.
getting into
Yeah.
the points at some stage, I
Did you
think,
see
as
that
well.
sunset? That was so nice.
That's the problem. Science is nowhere right
Yeah,
now.
but it's
You're definitely
mental.
right. This has been started like an hour earlier.
Yeah.
Because it's still
It
not,
definitely
it's
has.
still
Yeah,
dusk.
it definitely has.
Yeah, it's yeah. You just saw that on the Visor camera. You see sunset, which looked beautiful.
Toto Wolff's loving that. He's like, Lewis fastest guy on track now.
You are the gods.
Lewis,
He doesn't normally come on radio, does he?
He's doing a bit more. Like he's done it to George the past couple of races.
Yeah.
Like George, get him.
That's when he was at home as well. When,
Yeah.
when he's like, so he obviously had like
He's got a Zoom call out. And
He's
like,
got like a push to talk, just direct to George Russell's
to
helmet.
talk. That's sick. Team radio from home.
Gasly gets
Bottas
past
is not doing well here.
with
Here we go.
diffuser damage.
Oh, this is it. This is the greatest move
Look at this
of all
generator.
time.
Look how far back he is.
Oh, wow, what a
Generation.
lunge.
Damn,
Oh,
he's
what an organic manoeuvre. Wow.
Beautiful. Did you see that dive bomb?
Fucking hell, that's insane. That is just skill.
How are you leaving that open if you're Ricardo?
Wow, it's just poor, isn't it, really?
Unbelievable
Skill
techers.
issue.
I hate this so much. You know what I want? You know what I want? I just want a really greasy cheeseburger. And like flaming hot Monster Munch.
Oh,
and
what
some
a shout,
Sour-
by
and
the
some
way.
Sour Patch Kids.
I think we should get
Like,
some Japanese foods in
I just
honor
want
of that.
some really
in honor of that
horrible
invitation.
food. I just want it in my mouth.
Pause.
Pause, yeah, that's crazy.
There you go.
He wants the bonk.
Perez all over the back of
look,
Oscar.
You'll see the sunset back there. Look at that. Look at that.
He's lovely. I'd get distracted by that.
Very pretty.
Beautiful.
Signs the story of this race.
How's he posted on his story whilst driving? Wait, what? He's doing a live stream? Yo, guys, look at this sunset.
Love it. Right, what else we got to look at here? Alpine's both out the points.
Stinks.
Stroll P11 fastest lap, about the points.
Doesn't stink, actually. Well done.
Yeah, Ricardo, that a P10 point could could end up paying dividends by the end of this.
Go a long way, yeah.
Could go a very long way. The thing is, projected Yuki finish is probably.
I mean, if he hasn't got a pit and people ahead of him do, I mean, it just kind of depends, really, doesn't it? It depends how much pace he's got in.
Surely he's got a pit.
I think it's P7 tops really for Yuki.
And I don't think that's enough. He's got to be P6, right?
Well,
If Daniel Ricciardo gets a point, and maybe that's enough, I'm not
Ricardo's
sure.
got to pit again, and he's only 10th.
Because it's the gap's 7 points, isn't it?
yeah, that's
Who wins on countback out of them? Oh, fuck it.
A definite.
Williams. That's Perez on.
Williams' best position is definitely not better than Ricciardo's in Mexico,
Williams
right?
have 2 P7s.
Yeah,
AlphaTauri
so-
have 1 P7. But if
Yeah.
Yuki gets P7, then they'll have 2 P7.
Wait, where did Ricciardo finish in Mexico?
7th.
Oh, shit, I thought he finished 6th for some reason. Perez
He
passed
almost did
Piastri
because
there.
he's behind Russell.
Yeah.
That last lap. Shoot.
Maybe Toy.
Yeah. Well, fuck
be
knows then in that case. I have no idea. But
We'll just see at the end.
fuck yeah. You know what? That's a good shout. I mean,
June to find out.
What has Science been up to? Oh, another back.
he's making moves.
It's just Bottas again.
Every
Honestly,
single
it's just
person.
Bottas.
Just stat
It's
padding
not
on
a move.
Bottas.
It's just
It's just
Bottas being
in the
slow.
way. It's like overtaking
Even
a cone.
she's bored.
Fuming.
Couldn't tell if she started crying or whether she was like excited seeing it on TV.
I think it was tears.
Yeah.
Russell's got a good shot of P.
Everyone around her just suddenly just started screaming. She's like, "What's going on?"
Every single driver right now on hards.
Yep.
That's crazy.
All of them are hard.
Yeah, I think it is, you know. Every single driver right now is hard.
Oh, it's been one of those races, lads, isn't it?
You can tell it's the end of the season.
I'm delirious.
Oh my God, is Ricardo
one
about to
of
get
those
packed by
races.
Stroll?
Oh, God. You're making it sound like as if this is the actual, rather than him having to box with the fucking air ducts. I hate it so much. I hate it.
Strings. Strings. Yeah, here we go. Stroll on Ricardo.
Wow.
Wow, that defense.
Aldas knows the buttons to push, and it's working.
Why did it? Do we actually know why he had to pit early? Was it because that
Break that
just
because
that tear?
hair off in his yeah.
So it's
I do like actually Ricardo's helmet is quite cool. I like because that's from Vegas as well. Like the chrome blue one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cool little template. I like it. I like it a lot. Hamilton 3.5 seconds off the back of Alonso, so he's not making massive inroads,
That's cool.
but it doesn't look like it's going to matter because science getting in the points seems like a bit of a long shot.
So weird seeing him in a Schubert helmet though. He's been outright all his career.
That's the most niche thing to
Yeah.
bring up.
I've only started noticing now that I've like looked at helmets.
You've looked
looked
what?
at
Sorry,
helmets.
you've looked at
Okay,
helmets,
pause
bro.
again.
That's kind of crazy.
While the drivers are hard,
Hey,
Aldas
yo.
has been looking at their helmets.
Look at that helmet.
yeah.
Stay tuned for more.
Okay, that
Bum,
that
bum,
Norris
bum.
Russell gap's kind of leveled off a bit now. Leclerc's kind of slightly edging away from Russell, and Norris is slightly pulling George in.
Oh, some AWS striking distance, by the way.
Pitting, just retire. From now, it's not worth it. It's really not worth it.
Just retire from the sport.
Retire the car.
Buy the calendar, then retire.
Yeah. Get your very own bot-ass calendar.
Batas. Sonoda 2.2 behind Hamilton, so he's slowly drawing him in.
I think he's just going to try and kind of drag himself up towards Alonso with Lewis, really.
Yeah, that's what he needs.
If I was to buy the Bottas calendar, does that mean technically I'm paying for pornographic stuff?
Nah.
It's
It's
just his bare
just his
bottom.
bun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think pornographic by a bare bottom.
I guess it depends the poses.
Yeah.
Depends what's on show, I suppose.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
As long as you can only see the cheeks.
To see what the poses are.
For
research
reasons.
purposes.
Yeah,
For research purposes.
purposes, yeah.
And I can let you know
For the ask.
within 3 to 5 business days.
Yeah, DPD next day, mate. I'm sure you can. You already want it.
I must say, like,
Queries
this
are
hasn't been the most exciting race yet. We
The
could,
sunset's been the best thing. so
yeah.
far.
Oh, look at that.
And Yuki Tsunoda leading. That was
Yeah.
Do you
the
want to hear
positive.
a really boring fact?
Okay, yeah, go on.
So at the moment we're seeing this
favourite one.
beautiful aerial shot, which is from the TV camera.
Yeah.
Is it about the helicopter not being able to go close to the airport?
It's related to that. It's the height. So this is the lowest altitude height a helicopter can go, and also the highest it can go because of the flight path across it. So
So it has to literally just be in a line. the
yeah. So
entire time.
this is like as physically as low as they could possibly get to filming something to a car, but it's also they can't go any higher because of the flight paths.
And I remember actually thinking, before actually Brundle mentioned, I think during qualifying, during practice, the helicopter was so close to the hotel.
Yeah.
Like to the point where I was like, that looks a bit dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I didn't know why. I thought at first, okay, maybe the cameras just zoomed in a
I
lot.
know the
but
one you mean. Yeah, going over the LED.
yeah,
going over.
it looked very close.
very, very close.
It's like skimming the top. Just lands on top for a second.
Extra points.
Oh, got Jamie Bowles on the pit wall. His driver's 16th and 18th.
He's probably been my team principal of the season, I would say. I don't know if you've ever watched his like pre sort of team speeches he does, but like they record of them and put up onto their website, not onto their YouTube channel for some reason, but onto the website they do.
Yeah.
And it actually is really motivational when you hear it. Like he did a great speech just before they started doing the whole American leg, you know, when they had those triple headers and then all that lot there. He's talking about how it's like you're all making a sacrifice, not because you're helping out the team, but also you're not seeing your families for a month and a half. And it's like, is that kind of stuff? I was like, oh, that's actually a really nice team leader. I can't imagine, you know, Christian Horner or Franz Tost or whomever it might be doing that to the team of like, actually like a proper nice heartwarming thing, whereas with Williams I feel like you can sort of do that with. So
I think that's the most important characteristic of a good team principal. It's to be good with people.
yeah,
I think that's like often overlooked because like that is their job. They are choreographing. It's not their job to design the car. It's not their job to drive the car. It's not their job to do pit stops. It's their job to make sure all the right people are doing all those jobs.
You
do
oversee
them jobs
everything.
to the best of their ability.
But it's also to make
be a
like
leader as well.
it's also to make the tough decisions, because I think Andrea Stella also deserves a shout, because you know he changed like the technical side of the team at the beginning of the season, and I mean, you know, we're seeing the results. So it's compared to the beginning of the season. So yeah, Vowles and Stella. I think Horner has to be up there because when you look at what his team is doing, like you can't not also mention him.
Yeah. And again, they're both Stella was Fernando's performance engineer at Ferrari. You know, Vowles was head of strategy. So they're both individuals who came from a specific role within their respective teams.
Yeah.
And then became team principals.
Same with Bonotto, wasn't it?
Took on that. Yeah, and obviously Bonotto was.
Bring back.
I miss
Again,
Bonotto.
he was.
I miss him.
He was like the engineer, which I think those people skills were maybe his biggest weakness.
Yeah.
Whereas like to be a performance engineer, to be a head of strategy, I think having that communication is so important in those jobs inherently. Whereas being a good engineer doesn't really require good people skills necessarily.
Yeah.
So I think that's maybe where Bonotto came a bit unstuck, because as an engineer, incredible. As Pierre Gasly comes into the pits.
I must say, Russell's having an unbelievable race because he's had a bit of a shaky season. He himself has said that he just wants to get to the end of it, but you know, in crunch time, he's made the difference here.
Yeah, for sure.
I can't tell if Ricardo's pit again because he's now 17th.
Oh my god,
No,
Must
18th.
have.
He must have pitted, sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he has.
shocking pit stop for Pierre Gasly.
I just didn't see it on the screen.
Standard Mercedes pit stop.
Are Alpine like allergic to making good decisions? Like, strategy-wise.
Oh, actually, I saw a really good quote from Pat Fry, which
Yes.
I mean, let me find it. I want to get it right because I think
Patrick Fry.
Yeah, so he was ex-head of what was he? Technical leader.
Chief technical officer.
Yeah. Let me
Honestly, they make these job titles up on the go. Chief Technical Direction of fucking Sports.
Have you never heard of a CTO before?
Clearly not.
He's CTO Quadrant, isn't he?
CTO.
There you go. Chief Technical Officer Quadrant.
Yeah, I am actually. Yeah.
So this was Pat. So,
Definitely not.
and bear in mind, Pat Fry's moved from Alpine to Williams, and he said about Alpine, I didn't feel there was the enthusiasm to move beyond fourth.
Yep. And story checks out, by the way.
Yeah.
I literally actually put out a video about
Story
Alpine
checks
last
out.
night.
Right, can we get a better pit stop for Lando? Nice.
Banger.
2.3. Jeez.
Jeez.
Oh,
Not
I needed that earlier.
that's Alpine slander.
Yeah, we do love some Alpine slander around here.
They're very slanderable.
They are very slanderable, to be honest.
But also I like them and I want them to do better. But
I want them.
can't
I want
ignore.
them to be better.
What was it?
The
You know.
Apple video.
Oh.
Yeah. Should have just been a YouTube short.
Esteban Ocon behind Lando Norris.
Ocon.
So if the undercut works then, maybe and Lando fully pushes here.
Might
he
get
might-
back ahead of George.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. If the undercut definitely...
What was the gap when?
1.5 seconds, I think.
Oh, well, George has probably got a box this lap then in that case. I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got to cover. They've got to choose right now. Are we covering McLaren and committing to a two-stop, or are we just taking it to the end on a one?
Yeah.
Yeah, you look at the window was 33 to 39 for the hard runners. That's
Because
what
Mercedes,
Sam's
like
doing.
in Austin, Mercedes just they didn't make technically the wrong decisions, but they made them so slow. So yeah, I think they're deciding to cover Lando now.
So Russell's saying that he feels like the tyres are good, and he's asking if there's
Nah,
no way they can make the one-stop work, but they're going
Yeah,
to.
really? I do like the black on the onboard under the lights looks so good.
He just needs to kind of cover Norris because I think Lewis is going to score a few points, so that should make the difference against Piastri. Just cover Norris the entire time, and that's all you got to focus on.
3.1
So where is Norris?
for Russell.
Where is
The
Norris?
very usual Mercedes pit stop.
Where is he? I can't...
I could see he was just coming down the pit
Yeah,
lane there. So there goes the
yeah.
Aston. Lando is next up. There
Oh,
he
this is going to be very close.
Yeah, there we go.
I think
He's got him.
I think George is going to have this. Yeah,
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
close. It's definitely
closed
closer
up
though
Yeah.
than it was before.
So the undercuts
Lot
definitely
closer.
work then.
Lando will have temp, but also
And
there's
DRS as well, which George will not have.
no, because he's more than a second behind Stroll.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I
There we go.
don't think he's going to get. I think George has just about done enough there.
This will be outlap critical from Mercedes to George, and Lando's got to seize this opportunity, I think.
Yeah. This outlap do be critical.
He's
Ooh,
closed
I think,
off
I think he's going to be
Stroll.
fine. Yeah, he's going to have DRS off Stroll,
There's
isn't he? So I think he'll be
Twitch.
black.
Yeah.
Russell.
Yeah, Russell's fine. Russell's fine.
George survives.
I don't think we've had quite a lot of Russell versus Norris battles. I don't remember like too many.
A little bit in Miami, I think, but...
And Leclerc box. That's right. Do you reckon Bonotto will go anywhere else? Do you reckon anyone will pick up Bonotto, by the way?
Wasn't he pictured in the paddock?
He was.
A couple of months ago. Was it Alpine that he was rumoured for?
Yes.
He definitely had conversations with Alpine, 100%.
Yeah.
I don't want that for him. Like, just not, it's not worth the money, mate.
Again, I don't. Yeah, like you saying before, because he was originally doing doing all the engine development work with Ferrari before he got higher up into the team. I think there's a great behind the scenes shot of where it was Michael Schumacher like sort of showing around the team, and you can see Bonotto like really young behind the wave. Yeah, I didn't quite
Another
rate
Mercedes
him.
pit stop, by the way, 3.4 seconds.
Boy, that's a real Mercedes one. That is.
So Lewis has had 3.1 and 3.4.
Jesus Christ, honestly, I'm telling you now, like, if you added up the amount of time that Mercedes have lost in pit stops throughout this season, compared to the average,
Not
it's gonna be
good.
a lot.
Yeah, but like even in
lot.
Austin, he finished a second and a bit behind
Yeah,
Max.
Yeah, and it's like literally 2 competent pit stops, and he would have won.
Yeah.
Russell on Stroll, very nice.
Nice.
Oh no, not Fernando.
Yeah, thank you, Sam, for the super chat, by the way. The Bonotto shout. Yeah, I think I'd like to see Bonotto back in F1, but maybe not as a team principal.
Yeah,
I liked him. Maybe not as a team
for
principal
chaos.
because
Yeah, not as a team principal.
This is the thing. It's the same with Gunther Steiner.
chief technical officer.
he wasn't suited. Like he might be Italian, but he wasn't suited to being a team principal at Ferrari.
No, I mean, Andrea Stella's doing a fantastic job at McLaren. and you know what I mean, different skill set. I think Bonotto's got a lot to offer a Formula One team.
God,
I just don't think in
this
that
is
role.
horrible for Lando.
Yeah, he's caught Stroll at a really bad time here.
It's like this reminds me of Perez in 2021 when Lewis like caught him here, and Checo was like coasting on these corners to slow him down.
Leclerc, by the way, did manage to pit and come out ahead of George Russell, so he's still in like a net P2.
Nice.
Piastri and Alonso also in there.
I think Stroll just had a little moment there as
That
well.
was all right for Piastri.
So
wow,
back
2.2.
to P3.
2.2, that is decent.
Yuki's on the way up. Yuki coin slapping, but he's only like he's only 1.3 ahead of Leclerc, even though he's pitted one
Nice.
time. That's the problem.
Come on.
I do feel for Pierre, man. His race was looking good, and once again,
And
it's
it
kind of
got-
unravelled 2 weeks in a row.
Collapsed, yeah.
It was weird last race for Gasly because the graining, and I kind of asked this. I was like, you know, what's the responsibility? Because graining, yeah, but also the team. You know, the team
driver
managed
drives.
Ocon's graining and like told him to drive at a certain pace. I think Gasly and the team got a bit of head loss at the start because they were battling Russell.
Also, don't forget Japan as well.
Pushed too hard.
I'm not saying the team don't
That
have a
was
say in it,
crazy.
but the driver is still the one in the car. Like they're the ones the ones that are controlling the car.
Yeah.
So it's like I get what you mean, of course.
I feel like Pierre is still annoyed about that Japan team orders thing, you know?
Yeah.
He's been way more edgy on team radio since then. Like, way more just angry and, like, aggressive.
I just think there's some mistrust there for sure. Like, I don't think he fully trusts the team that they will ride or die with him.
And he's
Because I
probably
said this
right.
in my video, that team is like inherently just an unstable environment, and I think it puts the drivers on edge a little bit as well.
Yeah.
They've never had the same driver lineup for what, more than 2 years?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. And even the backroom staff as well. People
It
get
can't
you know what I
inspire
mean?
them, can it?
Yeah.
I think Christian Horner and Red Bull have proven the power of consistency and building a system that works, and like a real. They still build this real like underdog mentality there at Red Bull, even though they're anything but.
And obviously, when Franz Tost leaves after this race here, Christian Horner will now be then the longest-serving team principal.
Absolutely.
Alonso just said on team radio, we have the slowest car on the straight by far. Is this the birth of
Back limits, told you.
Is this the birth of angry Aston Martin Alonso? Because he's been playing the party line the entire time. Obviously, you know, he's
Remember that comment from him after Canada? Like, podiums from here on out.
Yeah. Yeah, well.
Oh, Fernando. You set yourself up there for defeat, mate.
Yeah. Moments.
I still
of
think,
disaster.
as a whole, though, his season has been unbelievable.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, he has been in Q3. At one point, he was in Q3 in every single race or something. I think he's only missed out like once or twice. Mental.
He's had, you know, he had a bit of a stinker last week, obviously, launching it in Vegas. Up
Still
the
scored
inside.
points, though.
Still scored points, yeah, for sure. Could have been more, maybe. But also, yeah, that car's, I mean, they've kind of got a bit of a Frankenstein of upgrades on their car. You know, some new, some old, and
Well,
it
they've
seems to be
downgraded
working
it.
from them now. Well, yeah, kind of. It's like Haas have two completely different spec cars. And they're both equally terrible.
Oh, here we go.
This is Lewis on Fernando.
Oh.
Fernando coming out of the pit lane.
Oh, DRS games.
Ah.
DRS games right there.
And he got brake tested. No, you're both scrapping for DRS.
Yeah.
You're both at it.
See,
Don't moan, Lewis. You're both
Fernando
at it.
knows all the trick. He knows where the DRS
Yeah,
is. And he's like,
exactly.
oh, we'll let him by. Nope.
Fernando almost drove into the bloody.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a bit dangerous, to be honest.
He almost hit the the distance mark or whatever.
Oh, I just honestly, Lewis versus Fernando is just the gift that can never stop.
Just
giving.
all time in it. We love it.
Oh, look at this downfall.
Downfall, behave. Oh, that's come on. Russell. wants
Look
to
at this
ride on.
downfall from Yuki Tsunoda.
That's what I meant.
No,
Absolutely washed. End of the season.
It's all tactical. It's all tactical.
Excuse me, who's hiring the champion?
Oh, here we go.
Ooh,
McLaren and
Oscar,
Alpine
very
are
aggressive.
Word.
He's
Elbows
also
out.
given the whole championship regardless.
Has he he's just overtaken Sainz and Ocon in
Yeah.
one go there.
I think has he?
He's just done a
Yeah.
double overtake because he's at the start of the graphic, at the start of the movie, he was in 11th, and now he's in 10th.
Oh
Now he's
my
8th.
god, did you see the sparks? Check that floor.
I was about to check that plank.
Sake.
Get your
Check it.
planks
Check that
out,
man's
lads.
plank.
What?
Balls. Oh.
Check that wood.
Yeah, Piastri fastest lap, so he's cooking at the minute. Hopefully, he doesn't cook
Can
the
see
tires
what
too
he's
much.
doing. He's cooking.
Oh, Alonso and
Driving
Hamilton,
erratically. Don't think I've ever seen that come up before.
Yeah,
As a reason.
they were both kind of They were both driving strategically there, but they're the two,
I think
the two oldest dogs in the game.
More so, you can't be breaking.
Well, like, combined age of 80.
I guess technically that is a bit of brake checking there a little bit.
Yeah.
Move.
Down the inside.
Piastri loves a lock up into that
He
corner.
does, doesn't he?
I don't think his
same
tyres
tyre.
love it.
Someone slap
like,
ABS on that
Oscar,
man.
please stop. No.
But he's just checked out now from these two.
Yeah, he's got pace. Good pace now, Oscar.
The Sainz pitted for a second time. He hasn't, has he?
Uh,
Because he's still on the hards, yeah. So he still needs to run the mediums before the
He
end.
does, yeah.
no, did he not start in the medium?
Maybe the soft.
No,
he started on the
that's
hards.
why I was surprised. He went hard, so he's got to.
So that's why he's stinking, because he's ninth and he's still got a pit again.
But that still, it means that Lewis has still got to get into the points for Mercedes to secure P2. Because at the moment, Leclerc.
I think there's 1 point in it as it stands. I think. Yeah, because it's 3 points between Leclerc, Russell, and.
I don't think
Sainz
Sainz is going to get into the points. If he's got pit again, there's surely he can't get into the
I
points.
think Yuki Tsunoda, what does he need again? Does he need 6th or does he need 7th?
Sixth would guarantee it.
Yeah, 7th isn't enough. I think he's going to finish 7th.
Yeah.
Yuki Tsunoda needs Ricciardo to turn up.
Yeah.
I mean, Yuki fastest lap, P7.
Yeah,
go.
fastest lap on P7 would be enough. But he's not going to do that.
Oh, I thought you meant he did it.
because he's going to be on like the oldest tyres out there.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. Yeah, impossible.
It's Sonoda, isn't it? So I never see that. Leave me alone. Let me let me sleep.
You wallow. You're more fun to wind up.
Yeah.
Go fishing.
Hungover. Russell Radio. How is Lewis getting on?
I love that he's like, yeah. So Thomas got a direct line to the radio, so he can just put his finger over his ear.
He always does bow. We're in the same Zoom
What are these
call as,
paragraphs?
Toto
What are these
from
paragraphs?
Hieroglyph.
What are they
Poor
speaking
lad.
about?
I met the lad who does this, I know as well. He has to write up so much so quickly.
George is trying to like get the nuance of like where they are in the championship battle, and the team are just like, yeah, he's doing well. It's like, no,
He's in
I
his
want
own
to know.
What the fuck does that mean?
They're 1 point behind Ferrari.
Yeah, but
that's
Sainz has got a pit. That's not. There's no way Sainz is going to score points.
yeah.
Oh no, what's going on here?
Yeah, to be fair, that's including science in the points.
Go on, man, no.
He ain't going to finish there.
You're on in my head off.
Thing is, all it
How
takes-
late did you stay up last night
It's
drinking?
also, no, it's a reflection of the night of the race.
Yeah.
Thing is, all it takes is
Hello?
Oh, that's
little
some
DNF.
zigzagging there. That was
Logan.
sketchy.
That's not
Go on,
Pierre
Ricardo.
Gasly, is it?
Go on.
Oh,
Around the outside.
Hey.
Go on,
That's a
boy.
move.
He heard us.
What a lad.
Ricciardo.
Oh, and Sargent
That
just,
was a bit sketchy driving though by the
Logan dropping off his
Logan
phone.
just waved Pierre Gasly through.
See, this is the thing, right? Logan Sargent's debut season, I've felt a lot of similarities with Yuki's debut season. The difference is Yuki turned up in a big way at Abu Dhabi, final race of 2021, put in a big performance.
Yeah, but even before then, there were at least kind of signs of like really good raw speed from Yuki. He was just crash prone at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, very crash prone.
I haven't seen.
And also he couldn't contain his anger as well.
Okay, let's not go over the top, you know.
I suppose he still can't, so.
Certainly didn't help his cause.
No.
But he's harnessed that. I mean, look at him. Finished article.
Finished arc.
Yes, and Lando's about to overtake that finished article.
What is
Well,
this
Lando
race, Ricky?
lads.
I'm a bit lost from Carlos
Down
Sainz.
the inside.
No, illegal.
Easy.
Illegal.
Easy.
That's illegal.
Watch him get on the.
No defense from him whatsoever. Clearly doesn't want to play the team game. Hates France tossed, so he's like, Lando, just get right by us, mate. You're not going to give me a team bonus, so.
Right, it's Alonso and Ocon. Oh dear, here we go.
History.
Chaos.
Crash incoming. Here we
Chaos
go.
merchants. Alonso and Ocon back again.
Christ, not again.
I do love these two.
Oh dear.
Here we go.
You know Ocon's not
Down
going to
the
give
Bonk
you.
him, bonk him.
Oh, I waved him through.
Ocon, that was very
You know
out
that's
of
not his
character.
teammate.
Through.
Very,
Wow.
very out of character for Esteban Ocon.
Yeah, I know.
Fight.
Sergio Perez is pitting.
He is.
Where's he even going to come out here?
Hard tyres.
I think
Nice.
he's going to be behind Lando.
2.3.
Yeah.
2.2 second pit stop. Good pit from Red Bull.
I've been a tenth away on my guesses.
Yeah, you have. You have Aldas. Let him cook. Let him cook.
What did we think about the whole pit exit gate?
Oh, this is the whole. I hate this stupid rule. It's just like, stop queuing and stuff in the pit lane.
But also, you obviously shouldn't be allowed to like overtake people. I think that's just obvious to me.
I think just
like, when he was doing it in Brazil as well. I'm just like that.
Why?
You
Yeah.
obviously shouldn't be allowed to do that.
You shouldn't be allowed to. But at the same time, it wouldn't be happening if people weren't queuing.
Yeah, but
in
you
the
are
pit lane.
allowed. Like when I saw that, I thought, okay, fair enough. It's a bit weird.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, no, you are.
Both Alonso
Well,
and
you were.
Verstappen didn't
You're
do
not
anything
now.
wrong.
Though.
My
You're not now.
honest-
Though.
Have they changed
the rule.
it?
Yeah, but then we got that joke in Q1 of like everyone stuck behind each other in the pits. So is that what you want?
No. So my honest thing is like when you come into the pit lane, including pit exit, you cannot stop. If you want to overtake someone or you want to get a gap, do it on the track where it's most safe to do so, and you can actually have like some proper things. If you're doing it in the pit lane, it makes no sense. It's too small.
I agree.
Different tracks over there. It's like if as soon as you go into the active pit lane, you've got your pit lane speed limiter. And as soon as you come out of it, you've got to go.
I think that's a better solution. Yeah, set a minimum speed when you're coming out of.
Because if
minimum
there,
yeah.
because if there's no queuing, there's no need for overtaking.
So, yeah, obviously.
That's the only reason that happened.
But
with
you've
Max,
got a pit
yeah.
limiter anyway.
Yeah,
so you just have to
exactly.
keep the pit limiter on through, or maybe there's a
Yeah,
different
because
pit limiter
now
after.
they're switching off the limiter here, but I think it should be on the entire time.
Yeah,
like it
they
should.
should
maybe
just
not
say
down the
there's
hill.
no
actually, that's a bit
stopping or anything like
sketchy.
that.
I'm not so concerned in the race. I think it's just in
Yeah, totally. It's just like it's like the whole pit exit is meant to like get you back onto the circuit safely, not just queuing it. If you want to queue, go onto the racetrack, but come off of it.
But it's been brought about because of that minimum speed on the outlap.
It's like infringement of Lewis Hamilton.
Oh dear, Mercedes, what have you done?
Oh wait, no. If
They were just too slow.
or he could have done he could have sped into the pits.
Could have.
Oh dear.
Usually it says speeding the pit lane though for that, doesn't it? 'Cause I don't know what pit lane infringement is.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I think you're right. Now. I think
Unsafe release, then maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
Or like maybe then the guys weren't holding back the wheel.
yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, 'cause
Buck
it
nose.
didn't have anyone
No.
around him.
Oh, boo.
Oh, Albon's in the pits. What's his time going to be?
2.9. Oh no, this is long.
1.6.
Come on, Alex.
Paris
Come on,
passed
Williams.
Tsunoda once again.
Pivotal.
Yeah, but same team, so it's all good.
Yeah, exactly. They've got 4 cars.
It's all fair game.
Red Bull.
He is
2.8.
gonna
I was 1/10 off again.
Wow.
That's the 2.9. I am the oracle.
Phenomenal. Yeah.
Ferrari are still ahead of Mercedes in stop this because science isn't getting points. Stop showing that. It's
think
not happening.
could
Do you think Sainz is thinking of
Oh
softs?
yeah, there could be Reg. Kevin Magnussen. if you wanna-
Alonso's all over the back of Carlos right now.
Do you think Sainz is thinking just go to the end and then softs for like 5 or 7 laps? Is that his
Do an
only chance?
Albon. Just
Yeah.
stick him on for the last.
If you're Haas's strategy person, have you gone home already?
Did they turn up in the first place?
Like realistically, what is the point now?
I mean,
at this
Haas,
stage in the
Alfa, and
race?
Williams have just been absolutely nowhere.
They are, yeah, they stink, honestly.
Downships are pushing a lot. Can we do something there or not from Max Verstappen?
Yeah, I'd say just switch off the car, mate.
Oh, yeah, the Red Bull are going to be like, mate,
coast time.
we're staying here for like the tests afterwards, but don't really care. Like, we're not keeping the car anymore.
Yeah. Run it into the ground. Run it into the ground. I wonder if we'll see any PUs go pop in these last 13 laps because, you know,
They're pushing it.
teams
right to the
pushing
end.
their engine
Probably
allocations at the end.
Ocons, knowing Alpine.
These cars are 20 cars all still there. These far too reliable.
Yeah, honestly, I miss the days
Something happened.
where like you'd get to an end of a race and like 7 people had finished or something. You know, like 20 years ago, everyone's engines blown
Maybe
up.
not to that extent.
Fucking the
Not
trans-
that long ago. I think it's maybe a bit
Fernando
longer.
on science.
Oh,
He's
look
holding
at this
back.
overtake.
I think no, Alonso's
That's
holding
fine.
back because
All
he
good, all
wants the
good.
DRS. Yeah.
Wait,
Oh,
shaky.
bit shaky into the chicane. That might backfire, actually. I don't think
Yeah,
he's
he's-
actually going to be able to make this
what is
move
going
now.
on?
He's too far away now.
Oh, Fernando, you
Fernando,
played yourself.
You've had a stinker, lads.
You played yourself. 2 strikes for track limits on Leclerc.
Told you track limits is going to come in.
Is that before a penalty or is that before a black and white flag?
You said that on like lap 8, Matt.
I said that at the beginning of the race.
Yeah, even worse.
I said it at some point in the race.
Alex got a black and white flag.
Feel free to roll it back. I said at some point we're going to start seeing track limits.
Let's
coming
roll
next
the
year.
stream back now.
That's big from you, by the way, though. Alex Albon, the only man to get a black and white flag so far. That's serious, bro.
That's my guy.
Investigated after the race. Yeah, they're going to disqualify him. It's
God's
game
sake,
over.
what have they done?
I'm trying to think what that would be.
It can only be an unsafe release, isn't it?
Wasn't speeding.
Even an unsafe release, they put unsafe release.
Yeah.
don't they?
Yeah.
Crossing the
It
white
could be
line.
like a person in
Bundle
the pit,
saying.
like a Mercedes personnel in the pit lane.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah.
To be fair, yeah, crossing a white line. There's not really
Maybe.
a white line to cross here, though, is there? Fuck it.
There isn't pit X actually.
Yeah,
We've
could
gotta
be
keep
pit
it-
exit.
Yeah.
Oh.
Brundle
Yeah,
was,
fair enough.
you know.
You used to actually get a full-on penalty.
Oh,
Oi.
Wait.
Yeah, no messing about.
What a
It's
dive bomb.
lovely.
I'm not sure I would have gone for it there. But, he must have the DRS then if he's.
Max
if
did
he's
it in
gone for
21 and made it stick. So
Yeah, exactly.
We've gone
Why
this
would you
long
go
without
for that dive
mentioning
bomb there?
2021. Wow.
Science is
Oh,
holding
let it
on.
He's
Go.
got nothing.
He wants
Science,
the
you're not
DRS.
that guy.
There you go.
Can
I love that
Science do?
Aston Martin livery, by the way.
It's laying it.
Nice. Oh,
So
Science is
it's
pretty
that's
close,
how
you
it
know?
should have been when it first came in.
Yeah, do you remember when they had the pink on it? And, oh, Jesus Christ.
I know, but
It
when
was,
someone's
it was
giving
meant
you
to be
like,
fluoro, wasn't it? It was meant to be this
Yeah,
one. So
yeah.
Colours with it. But
It looked like a watermelon.
I like the fluoro. I prefer last year though with more fluoro. I like the yellow. I know that's a bit controversial.
Bitter
it
yellow.
reflected more of the GT cars, didn't it?
Yes, yeah. I quite
Alonso gets the move done. Piastri's within a second of Tsunoda.
Yeah.
like Norris into fourth.
Yuki Coin's looking pretty in the mud right now.
Nah,
Gonna
it's
lie.
No,
no
Yuki
fault.
Coin's good. It's Alpha Tauri coin.
Yeah.
It's Alpha coin.
Strategy coin.
What are you on about?
Strategy.
It's hard to know.
Lando's fourth in the championship right now, boys.
Yeah, he is.
Yuki
By a
high.
point.
That's nuts. To say McLaren turned up at Austria, that is insane.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
Would have so easily finished second in the championship if they'd actually had a good
Perez
car and
gets
stuff.
there. I think it was
Checo's on him though. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, yeah, actually, yeah. Yeah.
Put
that's
Leclerc
He was
ahead of him.
5 points behind Alonso and Sainz.
So Ferrari's still level on points with Mercedes as things stand.
Only because of and Sainz still
It
hasn't
does.
hit, so.
It does.
Go on,
depend.
Checo.
If
Oh,
Perez,
that's a
if
bit
Perez manages to
hard-hearted.
get up, oh,
Hey,
why?
classic.
That was really weird.
That was
Why?
Perez. Surely that looked like it was Perez.
That was really weird.
What was why? There was no need for that.
It was like
Gasly's got in pit stop.
Pit stop infringement as well. Yeah, I don't know.
that was such a weird accident.
It looked like just Perez just opened up the door.
Yeah,
the
just
corner.
I don't know. That seemed overly
He
aggressive.
also
for no
didn't
reason.
commit. He was like on the brakes. He was like kind of inching forward. Like he didn't actually probably commit to diving
Yeah,
down the
because
inside.
he didn't want to be ahead for the DRS line.
He was already at. What do you mean?
Surely.
Well, you need to see a replay of
No,
that.
but for the next DRS line.
Oh, hello.
Oh,
Hamilton on the
Lovely.
outside.
Lewis round the outside of Carlos Sainz.
there's a bit of tie tax,
Nice.
but yeah.
Science might just be getting the single point
Surely,
today.
yeah, where's this replay?
Yeah, even getting that.
We need the replay. Come on.
Yeah. Give us the replay. Yeah, that Perez,
Why?
Norris one.
Sorry, why is
Here we
Sainz
go.
not pitted again yet?
I
Right,
think
let's see
Perez,
this.
he tried to do a Verstappen
Right,
on
let's have a
Leclerc.
look. Let's have a look. So he half does
Look,
the move,
he's
but
barely
doesn't.
alongside.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not being
Perez.
funny. That just is on Perez.
Yeah.
That just is on Perez. You've not even hit the apex, mate.
Hasn't hit the apex, and then look, he just
Are you? Yeah, that's ridiculous, mate.
What's Perez?
He's
saying?
gonna be like, he turned in on
tried to kill
me.
me.
There we go. Yeah, cool.
He turned into the
Shut
corner.
up. Shut
Criminal.
up. Shut up. You didn't turn in, bruv. You missed the apex. You just didn't turn into the corner, bro. Shut up. No one turned in on you.
Here we go, round 2.
You just don't have enough racecraft. Right. Actually,
No, no,
just
no.
make
Again,
the move
oh
this
my God,
time.
it's carbon-
Just
There we
make
go.
the move,
Carbon
bro.
copy.
There we go. You hit the apex that
how
time.
you actually do it.
Norris might
I
come
think
back
it
at
was
him
a
though.
racing incident.
I wonder if he got any
That needs
damage
to be
though.
close enough.
To be fair, no, Perez, he's on way
Oh,
fresh
Perez is
tyres.
weaving like
No, he's
Oh,
all right,
hello.
he's all right,
That
he's
is.
all right.
Oh, come on, mate.
he's weaving so much there.
Oh, Lando trying around the outside. No,
Nah, he's not got the
Squeeze
grip.
in. Yeah.
That
Perez gets him.
Perez
I
only
think
pitted
Lando
like what?
fought that as much as he could, to be honest.
Yeah, but Perez was weaving so much there.
Like weaving.
That's just dangerous driving. He had loads of space.
Is it really that deep though?
They're looking.
Yeah, they
at
are.
it.
Yeah, they're looking at causing a collision.
I mean,
Really?
I don't
Oh,
think
yeah,
he's
he
not going to
hits
get
him
a
off.
penalty
He hits
for
him
it.
off.
But
He hit him off the circuit.
Yeah, but like Max did that to Leclerc in Austria 2019.
Hey,
Like,
hey, that was not a bonk. That was not a bonk.
I didn't say it was a bonk. I just said like we've seen that. That
that felt pretty bonky, to be honest.
It's
I'm
not as if
gonna
he was
lie.
like locked up going off the track. Like it was a collision, but like penalty worthy.
Oh, what's happened to
Mercedes
Oscar?
back into P2.
Oh, hello.
2 points ahead. That's
Piastri
Piastri on.
pass Yuki.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yuki's going to finish 7th.
Yeah, it's looking good for Williams. Looking good for Williams.
Is Ricardo going to turn up into the points? Where is he?
13th.
No, because one science pits. No.
I mean, Sainz does need to pit.
Pit stop infringement. Come on, Ted, hurry up and say it.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah,
He's just
he's just waffling here, to be honest with you.
Ted is speaking to Tom
Carlito.
at the moment in the year.
He do be struggling. Max has already pitted for the final time. Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got this one wrapped up, boy.
Who'd have thought that Max would be champion?
Wow,
in this
what a
final
crazy.
race?
Imagine if Red Bull had actually won in Singapore. That is actually, man.
Boring.
Yeah, the domination is nuts. I'm not gonna lie. Shout out to Carlos Sainz for at least breaking that.
Did you hear back from Ted at all? Did Ted say anything?
They're saying something.
He's talking
on-
about the infringement, isn't he?
But there's
I think it's
something to do with the teams.
I think it's something to do with team equipment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Safety
Maybe
equipment.
Like Alpine
That's what
McLaren
I-
as well.
That's
it's
what I thought. Like maybe
it's
personnel or
the-
something.
Or like the wheel guns left out.
Yeah, it has
That's
to be
happened before.
because even crossing a white line, that's a pit lane infringement, not like a pit stop
Yeah,
infringement.
so maybe it's the
So I
wheel
don't-
guns, they weren't rolled back in, they were still just left out or something.
I don't know.
It's happened before.
Interesting.
Tommo, your boy just overtook someone.
Oh, Christ. You know, when we're focusing on P15, you know that it's like
Yeah, dead race.
it's a
take
bit
those.
of a stinger.
We take those.
It's a bit of a
Take what we
sting.
can get.
What
right?
part of the track would you say needs to be changed for this to be a better circuit?
All of it.
Um,
I think
they definitely improved it by bringing
Yeah.
that big long left-hander because that's
They-
given us some
yeah.
good scraps for
I
sure.
honestly think it's that last sector.
going under the hotel.
Yeah,
with the cane.
it's cool. Like I get why they did it. Obviously, the commercial value as well, but it's just that last sector is so dead because this part of the track is fine.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, the first.
It's
two
weird,
sections-
you know. There's enough stuff here for it to actually be a good race, and you do get overtakes. It just never is.
No.
I don't know why. I think it's
Yeah.
there are just some tracks like that where you can overtake.
But the thing
and
is as
have
well, like,
battles.
I'm
But
not
it's
being
just
funny.
Doesn't produce good races for some reason.
For me, Brazil, Interlagos, like great track, but the race stunk this year. Like, apart from that scrap at the end, Alonso and Perez, like the race itself wasn't a good race.
Yeah.
yeah, but you're
So
but you're always going to get some. It's still a great track for that
yeah, it's
gives
a great
us
track,
good racing.
but also great tracks can give us bad races.
What's
Spa
going on?
gives us loads of
Verstappen-
bad
Verstappen, Sargent, Zhou as well for pit stop infringements.
What's going on?
Disqualify all of them.
Oh, just get him out of there. Yeah,
Well,
fuck
I
it.
just want to know, it's just more like, what is the actual...
Oh my
races. With
god,
the
what is
visors
that?
or something, I think.
Yeah, that is the longest team radio message I think I've ever seen in my life. I'm not reading that.
Can you guys translate and relay that to me?
Translate. He's basically just wants to know what the gap is between himself and Perez and Russell.
None of your business.
So Leclerc and
That's your
back-
business. You don't need to know, boy.
It's a good point though, because if Leclerc can back Russell into Perez, then that's right now. Sergio Perez has a 5-second penalty for causing a collision.
That seems harsh.
That's harsh.
I know I ranted about it at the time, but it was definitely his fault. But like,
Yeah.
I
I mean,
don't
but
know.
that was a clear case, so he hit someone off the circuit.
but-
thinking like he got a fight. He got the same penalty
Yeah.
as he just did then for basically running Albon into a wall in
Yeah.
Singapore.
That's where, like, I feel like the penalties need to be a lot more stronger, where, like, that way I could be like, yeah, that's 5 seconds.
Say it's if
it
you want
won't
that to be
affect
5
too
seconds,
much,
that's
yeah.
fine. But if it's like actually,
Make someone DNF.
it's just
drive
if it makes
through.
someone DNF or it's like actually very dangerous, then like
By the way,
10 seconds.
I'm not
whatever,
saying that
15.
wasn't Perez's fault, but like 5 seconds, like it wasn't as if he was out of control into the corner. He tried to kind of like squeeze him out a little bit, and they
it's his-
collided.
but it's
He
his-
didn't keep the position though. Like he
No, but,
re-overtook
he's-
him.
but he's
It was
still-
pretty useless driving, though.
True, but there was a bit of damage that came off it, and it could have been something a lot more worse. I think it's more because we know what 5-second penalties are worth for other infringements, where I think they should be harsh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They should be
like-
harsh,
like-
yeah.
like, we don't
if
have-
you're ruining someone's race, you should be getting 15
Like
seconds
we
added
don't
to your race time.
Yeah, or like we should just have like a drive-through penalty, which you have to serve in the race. Not
I mean, that's
as-
brutal.
I don't know when it changed though, because it
Yeah,
felt
it
like
used to be,
It
yeah.
felt like 4 years ago they just went, actually, now we're not doing drive-throughs anymore. We're just going to give everyone
because they
5
deemed them
seconds.
like
no,
too
yeah.
much of a punishment.
Drive-throughs
But
went
now
like 20.
There's no
10 or
value
something.
to a penalty because every single one's the same, and they're
Well, you
all
can
small.
game it. But I think part of the problem as well is a lot of times the 5-second penalty comes up and then you're not actually serving it until like 20 laps later.
Yeah.
So it's not an immediate punishment. I think an immediate punishment penalty would be a better system.
Yeah,
Is this the Perez incident?
Yeah.
yeah. Come on,
There's nothing more Lando can do than
Yeah.
really, is there?
I mean, it is absolutely categorically Sergio Perez's fault.
Like, look at the
just goes into
steering
it.
wheel.
I can't believe he had the audacity.
Yeah, you were ahead, but you crashed
It's
into it.
definitely
You
his
fucking
fault.
crashed into him.
Were you ahead?
No,
you weren't
I
really
can't
ahead.
say you're ahead if you're diving.
Is he out of his mind? Like, what are we actually doing
I
here?
mean, I'm
mate?
ahead if I just don't brake.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah,
Technically. I'll get to the apex first.
I actually just drove into the side of him, but I was
that full-
actually
is that
ahead
full
when I did it.
speed?
Like, what are you talking about?
Is that full speed? Oh, gee, I thought he was slow there.
It's not even going to hurt him anyway because he's already 4.3 seconds at Lando.
Yeah, he'll-
Although if he does overtake Russell,
Yeah,
there's
but
no
if
way
he,
he's
if
getting.
he would have got Russell, that would have given Ferrari second. But now
True.
he's probably not gonna. I
Yeah.
mean, he's got to catch Russell and gap him by 5 seconds, which
Yeah.
doesn't look likely.
Probably
Is
not
Sainz
going to do.
still not pitted? What is he doing?
He's going to go for
7.
He's going to go for
Is it
fastest
1
lap.
point? Oh, is that 1 point?
Take
between
it off anyone
it's 1
else, I
point.
suppose.
Daniel Ricciardo's just got Esteban Ocon, by the way.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, but he's 4
Okay,
points.
Daniel.
So all that's required is Sainz actually pitting and like
Stroll.
one retirement or one issue for someone
Yeah.
that isn't Tsunoda, and you've actually got 7th in the championship there.
When is Sainz going to pit?
What happened here?
Is he just going to pit at the end and go for fastest lap? Or I don't understand.
But he's not going to get it. Maybe he's trying to take it off the Mercedes or even
That's probably one of the best overtakes I've seen in my entire life.
I almost believe that for like a second.
That's why he's the GOAT.
Man, Alpine just tonk, don't they?
They're just so inconsistent, isn't it? It's like, I don't understand why they were quick in Vegas.
Oh,
Neither does
They were meant to have the worst power unit, and they were just rapid in Vegas, and then...
Ted just said, by the way, science their goal hanging for a safety car.
Fair enough. I mean, that's literally the only play now. Isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah. That's
It's
fair.
the only play.
How far is Ricciardo from Stroll?
4 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4 seconds.
But the thing, even if there was a safety car, he wouldn't actually...
But also, he's on
And-
such
Oh my
old
God, I thought
tyres
that
as
was a
well.
red flag popping up.
Saying, that needs to be a different colour, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
Ricardo's on such old tyres anyway.
Perez within a second of Russell. So Checo's got to get him and then scamper up the road. But
There's no way he's
gonna
doing that, surely. No
Even
way.
if he overtakes him like 5, that'll be a second a lap that he needs to
so actually, that 5-second penalty could end up determining Ferrari Mercedes P2.
Yeah, well, Sergio, mate, if you hadn't just driven into the side of a McLaren, mate, you'd have actually,
At least he gave us something to talk about.
Yeah.
True.
That's one thing I can say about Sergio this season, man. He has really given.
He's
us
got
something to talk
a Latifi gene in him. You know, like he'll
He's got that dog in him.
gets past on the final lap twice, drives into Lando. You know,
That's a mental stat. Getting
Mexico.
overtaken in back-to-back races on the final lap.
I know.
Oh my God, have you seen the slipstream?
Woo.
Jeez.
That Red Bull in a straight line.
He's a speedy boy.
I do really hope Sergio turns it around next season, but at the same time, he has been pretty much the only storyline from the season. So,
Yeah.
in terms of like,
He still finished P2 and got some wins and got some podiums. I think it's
what's the
Oh,
camera doing?
Gone up the
Highlights.
inside of Russell. Good,
Nice move.
fair play.
good move, Checo.
It went
See what
so
happens
quick.
when you actually
Is that
turn
driver
in
of the
for it.
day?
When you actually turn into the corner, that's what happens.
Only 15%.
I mean,
Mental.
Not done that well.
he might hold on to P7. He might not.
How close? Oh, Alonso is quite close, actually.
He has technically lost a position, Matt. Sonoda. One position
Facts.
down.
Yeah.
And
He's
Ricardo has gained.
Yeah, maybe he's
Many
washed
positions.
after all. That's crazy.
Maybe.
And also going back to Aldous' earlier point of thing, being like, "Oh, who's got more points in the championship?" Sort of thing. Ricardo literally's only done like a third of the races.
That's an incredible impression. Brilliant. He nailed that. No, I mean for sure. I think if Ricardo starts this season, he's beating Sonoda. I think he's the better driver.
I can't even lie.
Well, Liam Lawson did it, and he only did like 3 races.
No, he didn't.
Also, Yuki blew up in all of those races. He didn't even make the start at Monza.
Yeah.
So yeah,
He didn't make the start in Monza.
And he got
taken
crashed
in
out.
overdrive.
And he got crashed out by Perez.
Overdriving the car.
Crashed out by Perez in Singapore. Total terrorism.
Yeah, that was.
Fucking hell.
I don't say that, mate. Not on Twitter anyway.
407 to 406 Ferrari.
Go on, Alonso. Go
Still
on.
1 point ahead, but Sainz has to pit, like we say.
Yeah.
I think Alonso's going to get
So,
it.
are they actually going to finish level then? Ferrari and Mercedes here. I've just realised. Well, only if Perez
No.
stays third.
No, because
He
Sainz is
won't.
still dropping though.
And again, Ferrari would get it on countback because of the Sainz win, but
Yeah.
That's if they actually finish level after all of this, that's insane.
Yeah.
Perez has put a second half on Russell, 3 to go. Stranger things have
Go on,
happened.
Alonso.
He's going to have to overtake. Actually, no, he just needs to get to where Leclerc is. Basically, that's it.
We've got Stroll.
Stroll on
They
sign.
could help Ricardo if they keep battling.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, Ricardo's actually 3.3 now. Like 3 point. Oh, there we go. Within 3 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
So he's actually catching.
That's
Depends
very
how-
good.
How
Stroll
frantic.
This could literally go to the final lap. Like,
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Again. Where have we
Again.
heard that before? At Abu Dhabi.
Oh no!
Wow! Michael Massey just runs out of nowhere. Lads, I'm fucking doing it again.
Is that sergeant into the barriers at the hotel?
It's got a motor race!
Memories, eh?
Where's Ricardo?
No, not right.
Memories.
Because
Those were
AlphaTauri
the
needs
days.
somehow for Ricardo to overtake Stroll and for Yuki to hold on to in front of Alonso.
Ricardo 2.4 seconds away now. He's literally gained half a second.
Reeling him
half a
in.
lap.
Yeah, like listen, a
Science
little
doing God's
science,
work.
a little science Stroll incident here, and
Honestly, yeah.
worst part is Alonso's actually going to overtake Sonoda now.
I really like because if Ricardo ends up getting a point, let's just say he ends up getting a point.
Yeah.
Yuki stays 7th. They would be level on points with Williams, and they both have 2 P7s as well. So I actually don't know.
I
It would
think
go down.
AlphaTauri
It would go
get
to like
it.
who has the most P8s then.
Yeah.
So
I think AlphaTauri would get it because I feel like they've had
No. Keep Sainz out. Good blocking.
Just for vibes.
Yeah.
Do it for the vibes.
3 seconds now. Sergio's got on George. Oh, sorry, no, 2.2. I'm looking at the wrong gap. My bad, brother.
Oh, there you go. He's boxing.
Don't let him through, though.
He's not held up Stroll enough, though. Ricardo's still 2 seconds back.
Oh, you.
Alonso's got Yuki. The dream's dead. It's
They
all
fought
over.
valiantly did AlphaTauri, but Williams will be finishing P7. by
It's
the way.
all Jova now.
It's all it's all Giovinazzi now.
All Jova.
I think the push that AlphaTauri actually have made in the second half of the season has been very good.
But also they brought more upgrades than
Good
anyone.
move as well.
Yeah.
Fernando at the inside.
I think he really spooked Yuki there.
He could have held on. Yeah, that was bad.
Right.
It's a good move.
Didn't want to turn in.
Yeah, they brought more upgrades than anyone this year, AlphaTauri. And Red Bull have bought the least upgrades this year, which is ominous.
I have always wondered. I'd love to see what time the Red Bull would do now in like Bahrain and Jeddah. I'd love to see like
be
a back-to-back
interesting, wouldn't
comparison.
Definitely.
Oh, not another paragraph.
Tell me the gap between Checo and Russell. There's less than 5 seconds. I will give him the slipstream and let him pass.
What?
Yeah,
I don't even know what he's talking about. What's blood waffling about?
Yeah, what's he on about?
No.
Oh, he's thinking about the constructors, isn't he?
Yeah, of course.
I think he's trying to get Sergio a gap so he can gain the 5 seconds he needs over George.
No, but that would
But I don't think.
but that would mean that Ferrari would score less points because he would still
Yeah,
finish him at
exactly.
third.
He'd score 3 fewer points.
No, but Sergio would get the penalty, wouldn't he? So even though he'd be behind Sergio on track, he'd still get the place back.
Yeah, you're right.
Wow, look at that.
So I think what he's saying is, if he lets Sergio through and then backs up George,
There is
or something, there is a way to do that, but it'd be extremely illegal.
And if he doesn't pull it off, he looks
Do
like
you know what I'm saying?
He looks
It's-
like a clown
It's
if he doesn't
criminal
pull it off as well.
activity, but I like it.
Yeah, I was going to say,
actually
this sounds
it.
like a Niran rule.
Yeah, facts. I'm here for it. Let's do it.
Oh no!
Let him
Yuki.
through. Oh no, my gearbox.
Whoops.
Wait, Perez is only like 3/10 behind Leclerc.
Yeah,
Oh my
He's
god!
doing it. He's
Show
doing
us.
it.
Show us. Show us. Race director.
Why are you not
Race
showing
director,
up?
wake up!
Fuck's sake!
Where are you?
What happened?
Oh, I hate
can't
the race
see.
director in Formula One. It's so fucking
We've
shit.
had nothing to watch
What's
all
going
race.
on? Why are we watching Yuki Tsunoda and Lewis Hamilton? No one cares.
It doesn't
and I
matter.
love Yuki, but
Leclerc
we don't
doing?
care.
AlphaTauri
Why
have
are we
lost
late?
Oh, we're watching Max now.
Oh my god! Right.
Wait, what's Leclerc? I want to see what Leclerc's doing. How much is he slowing him down?
Leclerc.
Why are you not showing Leclerc? But the thing is, he's got to slow down the perfect amount because if he ends up 5 seconds behind, we're not even watching Checo. Oh, I'm gonna kill myself. I'm actually gonna kill myself. This is genuinely the worst directing. I've hated this season for so many reasons, and
Oh my
this
God,
has been
Okay,
one
he's
of
got
those.
1 second now. He's got 1 second behind.
Science has pitted again.
Come on, Max,
Fuck
cross the
heads,
line so we
whatever.
can see. Yeah, all good.
it's
all
not
good.
Max wins. Good. Cool.
Wait,
Say
wait,
less.
okay. Great,
enough.
great.
Really
Let's
good
go.
fireworks.
I wanna see Leclerc.
Fucking hell.
Bloody
Max
fuck.
Verstappen wins.
Holy shit.
Wait, look at the timing screen. Look at the timing screen. So 1.3, 2.3. Is it almost? We're going to work it out. If he's going to be
Yeah, but
5 seconds.
Hamilton's just overtook Yuki as well, so that's more points for Mercedes.
Perez,
No,
wait,
Yuki's
here
back.
we go. Leclerc.
Perez is going to drop.
Can I just say, I love the fact they went to the Yuki Lewis battle, and then at the time they actually started battling each other and overtaking, they cut away.
Yeah.
And now they've gone back to it when it's over again. Jesus Christ. Honestly, F1 race directors are some of the worst in actual overall
this season
sport.
has been truly awful.
Awful, shocking. They need
Tsunoda
to
holds
they need to
P8.
sack whoever's on the job.
Yes, Yuki, driver of the day.
Yuki
Woo!
P8, it's not enough though for 7th in the constructors.
Where did Perez? Yeah,
Why is Perez not dropping down? I mean, it's not enough anyway.
Imagine if Leclerc bottled P2 by just letting him go.
here we go.
I mean, that is just...
Yeah, 3.8 seconds.
Yeah, look.
Russell.
He's
Yeah,
purposely slowed down then. Wow.
That's to be truthfully, I don't
that
even
be
know
legal?
how he thought that was going to work, but I like it anyway.
Oh, wow.
But Yuki got him back, though.
So yeah, so Lewis.
that is a nice ride, though. He needed to try it.
Big snap
Why
mid
weren't we
corner.
watching that live?
Oh fucking hell! Yeah, I know.
But the thing is, Lewis needed to make that, like, to just get even 1 point. He probably didn't realise that at the time, but this is
a good try.
snap and
It's
a half, though,
very
yeah.
good try.
Great
but-
defense there.
would that
from
have?
Yuki.
Wait, hang on.
Oh, look at that snap.
Ugh.
Done him.
Jesus
back.
Christ!
So wait, Mercedes do finish ahead of Ferrari, like whatever Leclerc
do.
tried.
They do.
Yeah.
But Leclerc needed to hold off even more. He needed to kind of back up Russell.
Yeah, but the problem is if he backed up Russell, so that Russell was 5 seconds behind, he also then would have been 5 seconds behind Sergio.
Yeah,
as
that's
well.
what you've got to somehow judge for Perez to finish in between.
In between, that
How is that gonna
I guess that's all you've got, though, isn't it?
I mean,
That
that's
is-
all
that
you've
is
got.
all you've got.
Brain
literally.
IQ, why not? Go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is literally
It's
the
quite
only way of
literally
playing.
impossible, but it is all you have. So
Wait, Leclerc is still finished P2 after the penalty, right?
yeah,
I was
yeah,
gonna say.
yeah.
Usually they jump straight down the order.
But Checo finished fourth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
No, it was a good try. Not that we saw any of it, obviously. We've no clue what happened.
Of course, yeah, no. Why would we want to see any of
Yeah.
it
No.
live?
I mean, those fireworks are pretty cool, to be fair.
Yeah.
They were sick, yeah.
But it is also like, the end of the season.
But it was
so
before
should
the
be good.
fireworks that, like, we could have seen the Sergio feature.
Yeah.
Long day.
That's it.
Useless.
Verstappen radio. So that means Max Verstappen has not only taken the most wins in a row with 10 this year, but he's also taken the third most wins in a row this year with 7.
Yeah.
Stats.
Wow.
So
Numbers.
10, 9, and then 7.
Yeah. So he has the first and third most wins
I think I
in
saw
a
a
row.
stat there
and
as
it's all in
well.
1 year.
I think I saw a stat there as well where it said that he's the first driver to have led 1,000 laps.
Wow.
I think it said.
Christian Horner literally said that
Literally
as
just
you said that.
That's insane. Wow.
That's so weird.
That was
He was listening to
crazy.
you, man.
You can't even hear it.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah, I got nothing in my ears. Yeah.
Wait, he's the first driver to lead 1,000 laps?
Yes.
That's a
Ever?
lot.
Yes.
Wow.
First person to reach 1,000.
Wow.
I'm guessing, is that over a season?
No, ever.
What, so more than Lewis?
Wait,
No, that can't be right.
so he's led more laps in Formula One than Lewis Hamilton? Or do you mean in just one season?
I think the stat just said he's the first person to reach.
I bet it's in a season.
No,
I bet
it's a season. It's a
Must be
season.
No.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Christian and Amos both said it, so.
Yeah, fuck
It's
it.
gotta be
Oh, here come the donuts.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
donut time.
I hope they let the crowd there because they've done that little kind of sort of Monza podium.
Correct. Yeah, because I'm normally not allowed to.
Yeah.
We don't see anywhere near enough donuts in Formula One anymore.
But if he leaves his car there, I don't think they will be allowed on. Max, don't leave your car there. We want to see give the crowd the time on the track. Oh, yeah.
Hello.
well,
Oh, that was smooth.
That was
to be
cold.
fair.
That
That
was
was
sick.
fucking smooth.
Yeah,
that was cold. He deserved
I
it.
rank
Oh, and then
loudest.
them driving through the cloud of smoke.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice.
I think he's had practice, you know. Tell you
I think
what.
he's had a bit
Yeah.
of practice. Well,
Might have won some races.
Do you remember
before
that
Max
horrible
Verstappen.
team radio we heard last year from Mick Schumacher with Haas? Where they're
Oh,
like,
and he
"You
wanted
cannot
to do
any
donuts, and they said no. I'd have just done them anyway.
Yeah,
Fuck it. I'm not even getting my drive next year.
Yeah, exactly.
You must be out of your mind if you think you're not.
there he is. Does his Bellingham celebration.
Jude Bellingham's influence is crazy.
Which one?
Not gonna lie, the
The
driver
one.
celebrations have been
one.
so mid this year. Like
Alonso
There's only
has
been
a
one
great-
driver
Alonso,
celebrating.
yeah,
Yeah, facts.
Alonso's done good, but it's literally it's always at this like.
Yeah, and then just go again. Yeah.
No, Max just doesn't have the
What was
sauce
it? What
when
was
it comes to
the
celebration.
Lewis Hamilton baseball one? Is still.
Yeah.
When he signed the camera as well.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
sick, yeah.
That's good. But no, Fernando's, I think, my favourite.
Oh yeah, especially when he's
The arms behind
Yeah, the arms behind one. I don't know why that's so cold, but it's
Yeah.
so good.
is amazing.
There's also one where he's just like doing.
Yeah,
Oh, I love it. Yeah, he's like
so good.
You were saying driver of the day, lads.
Yuki.
Who won it for us?
I actually honestly.
Yuki
don't
P6
know.
to P8 in the AlphaTauri.
To be honest, I
held
thought
on.
he'd finish lower than that with the drivers that were starting behind him. He still beat Lewis and Sainz, but
I think Leclerc quite good. To be honest, like
Big brain move at the end. Tried it.
kept it P2 the entire time.
yeah, I actually hear that. I'd have given it to
Yeah.
Checo if he hadn't got the
I
penalty.
honestly thought Leclerc was going to like drop out of the podium. I was really
Yeah.
surprised with their pace. Really like.
I mean, outside of the obvious, Max Verstappen.
Yeah.
Kind of
Oh, yeah.
obviously
Yeah,
winning,
yeah.
dominating.
Yeah.
I
He's
mean,
won
it
so
wasn't a
much
crazy
stuff. It's fine.
It was
wasn't
the same
crazy
though when
domination.
there was this whole joke in like 2017 and 2018 when Lewis was dominating that Max kept winning driver of the days.
Yeah.
I remember that was
yeah.
a thing.
Yeah. That's the way it goes, isn't it? We whenever someone dominates the sport and it becomes a given, the focus moves elsewhere. But Charles Leclerc, I think Charles Leclerc P2 is a really good shout actually. I'm real lapping qualifying
Yeah.
as well, and so yeah,
Hey, that fourth
Wow.
place, 206, 206, 205.
Alonso holds on.
that's crazy.
That
he
pit
held.
stop cost Lando fourth in the championship.
So
And
wait,
De Vries has 0 points.
He's the only driver. De Vries was the only
By the
driver
way,
not to score a point this season.
I do think he would have scored points had he been there like the entire season.
Well, we had.
I think
I mean, in this AlphaTauri, yeah,
Yeah.
but he was just not good
possibly.
enough. So,
Yeah.
alas,
3 points shy. AlphaTauri were in the end.
Haas
Williams.
finished bottom. I didn't even realise that. That's a mad thing.
Yeah.
Are you surprised?
Look how close.
No.
If we ignore Red Bull, look how close it is from like P2 and P3. Like just a couple points. It's
That's what I
insane.
said at the beginning. This season, like
860.
behind Red Bull has been so close.
Yeah.
860
Cheer up,
points
Charles.
is absolutely
Which
mad.
I think hasn't. I think this has been the most dominant F1 season, probably of all time.
Yeah, not even. Yeah,
But in those seasons, in those other seasons that have been dominated, we haven't had it anywhere near as close for the rest.
Yeah.
So that's something to hold on to. But it's,
what's
I
that,
mean,
21 out of 22 wins.
yeah, for Red Bull, yeah.
Yeah, because it was a 23 race season, but no Imola, so 22
Yeah.
races in total.
Was it 19 wins for Max out of 22?
Yes, 'cause
Checo 1-2.
and then
That
Sainz
is
won.
absolutely mad. 19 wins out of 22.
Crazy.
How do you not even lose more just like by accident?
Yeah.
It's just also
just
the
consistent.
reliability, like the
You know-
driver, and he's nailed it every single time. There's been races like Monaco where he could have lost out on pole. Like there's been races where he could have opened the door for disaster, but he never did.
You know the race where I knew we were actually done was Zandvoort. Because all of the shit that happened in that race, with the rain and the strategy and then the red flag at the end and all sorts of shit, and he still won.
Yeah.
And I was like, it doesn't matter what happens, this man is inevitable.
Yeah.
So what was the points between Alonso, Norris, Leclerc, and then Sainz?
So Alonso and Leclerc were both on 206.
Yeah, they finished
Norris
level.
on 205. Sainz on 200.
So Alonso got it on Leclerc on countback. Best result, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still think that's a mental season for Alonso to finish in fourth, like with how up and down that car is, and obviously for Lando as well. The Ferraris should have been ahead of them. They should have been.
But you got to think, like, going into next year, obviously McLaren had a really bad start. Aston Martin had a really good start, but and now they've somewhat recovered, but Aston still aren't quite there. Next year, I don't know. Next year, let's just see what Red Bull bring at the end of the day. You would think diminishing returns, but also they haven't upgraded their car really
Means
until
they
this year.
focused entirely on next year's car.
Yeah.
Which concerns me greatly.
They're cooking. They're cooking.
They are cooking.
Also, they don't have the ATR, and their ATR punishment only really should take in. We should actually see that manifesting start of next season.
What was everyone's
Yeah,
predictions?
Max winning. Got
Yeah,
that right.
actually, that's a good shout.
Yeah, we'll pull up the predictions.
We'll get the predictions.
I mean,
up on
I'm
the
pretty
screen.
sure we all got Max winning right, which doesn't really count. I
Was
think
it last race? Was it last race that no one said Max would win? You guys did like some predictions on one of the races.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Matt, your predictions were pretty
got
good, mate.
The first, so I said Verstappen, Leclerc, Russell, but then I said Norris and Piastri. So
That's 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5.
That's pretty good, to be
Nice.
honest with you.
Aldas, you said
Max, Oscar, Lando, Charles, and then Yuki in P5.
Nice, I like that
I
from
was
you.
artificially raising the stocks there.
Yeah.
Stock manipulation.
Yeah, me and Aldas have stunk up the place. We've got one each.
I got
think.
Max.
I did Max, Lando, Piastri, Charles, and then Perez. So Perez in
and
fifth.
I said Max, Oscar, Lando, George, Charles. So,
I was actually very close to a few of those.
well done, Matt. Amos.
Real knowledge.
If you want good predictions, just be really hungover.
Yeah.
Love it.
So I'm not my normal talkative self.
Right, boys, let's wrap this up. We've got a podcast to shoot. Thank you so much for joining us for these live streams in 2023. You're not going to want to miss the podcast. End of season. Lots of awards to give out, just like we did last year with you, Matt, actually.
Yeah. We were there for
But we were all dressed up.
We dressed
were,
up
we
last
were,
time,
yeah,
but
yeah.
didn't fancy it this time round.
Bun that, mate. I've got a white shirt on. That'll do.
I've got a great.
That'll do.
I've got a polo shirt on.
Yeah, should we just get some ties and just put
He's got a hoodie on.
I've stunk it up a little bit.
It's fine. Well, it'll do.
Text is
Don't
upside
forget
down.
to like the stream and check out the podcast coming out on Tuesday about 6 p.m.
Indeed.
UK time. Sign us out, Niran.
Well, ladies
Bye,
and gentlemen,
lovely
it
people.
has been an absolute pleasure doing this show this season, 2023. It's been a dominant one, but it's still been enjoyable. It's still been entertaining. And thank you all for watching us during the course of this season. Yeah, it's been a madness.
Yes.
Tune in for the pod on Tuesday.
See you on
at
Tuesday.
6 p.m. We'll see you then.
Bye-bye.
See you next
Bye.
Tuesday.